Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Get ready for the holiday season with a sparkling smile from Shreveport-Bossier Family Dental. Hi, I'm Dr. Ross Dees with Shreveport-Bossier Family Dental Care. Whether you're looking for teeth whitening or a checkup before the year's end, we're here to help. Don't let your dental care fall behind. Schedule your holiday appointment today. Visit ShreveportBossierDental.com or call now. Shreveport-Bossier Family Dental, making every holiday smile merry and bright.
Book your appointment today at ShreveportBossierDental.com.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice, straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
GBT is the great banking team. 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas, next to the Bellagio. Ain't no bots at GBT, folks. Real live human beings answering the phones in the teller window, and when you go into the bank, real humans. GBT, the great banking team.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
Keeping you up to date on everything associated with LSU, River Cities Lighting. The LSU updates at the bottom of the hour, every hour of the Tim Fletcher Show, brought to you by River Cities Lighting, 3908 Shed Road, rivercitieslighting.com, bringing bright ideas to people every day. Hester, I was doing some math the other day.
All right.
I think there have been over 1 million people who have been serviced by Sports World in some shape, form, or fashion in their 50 years of existence.
Okay, I can go along with that.
Are you among that million?
Absolutely.
Aren't we all?
We are.
Do you remember your mouthpieces from Sports World?
Absolutely. Boil
Shin
them
guards.
and cut them.
Oh, dude.
All that stuff.
The tasty stuff.
Yeah.
Sports World's been around for athletes for 50 years. They'll be around for another 50. Sports World celebrating 50 years. The easiest way to reach us on the show is through the Live Oak Waste text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Brought to you by Live Oak Waste, liveoak-environmental.com. If your dumpster hasn't got the Live Oak logo, that's just trash.
Tiger weather now.
Remaining chilly with rain moving in for the start of the week. Cloudy overnight with a slight chance of showers, upper 30s. Rain Monday, highs only in the low part of the 40s. Clearing late Monday night, down around freezing. Sunny skies Tuesday, afternoon highs in the upper 40s. Mix of clouds and sun, middle 50s for Wednesday. Rain showers Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station. The following is a paid program. Participants of this program are not employees of this station, and their views, opinions, and claims do not necessarily represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Yes, sir. This is the Tim Fletcher Show on this lovely, lovely day, Monday, December 1st, 2025. If we sound different, it's because I am currently orbiting the moon. Wow. I got a ride Friday, and I was like, dude, why not? So I'm surprised we can pick me up here, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Hey now. Yes, sir. Oh, you know it. You know it. Well, my friends, my name is Tim Fletcher. This is the Tim Fletcher Show on 103.3 FM, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, 1420 The Goat in Lafayette. Happy to be here with you on this lovely day. I am at home because I'm sick as a dog. As a matter of fact, I almost went to the 24-hour vet clinic last night just to see if they could spay me or neuter me or something to help me feel better. Yeah. Oh, boy. Rogers has no compass and no governor in the studio with him, so it could be wild today. So, my friends, I don't know if you're aware of this. Got some Dirtfoot popping into our ear holes there. Love those guys. Did you know you can call us on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline at 318-725-5945? Mudbugshockey.com. Yeah, call us 318-725-5940. Is that the right number, Raj? 725-5945?
That is it, my brother. 725-5945.
That spells 318-RALLY-45, of course.
Hello. Hello.
Well, how do you feel about Lane? You thinking about maybe joining the staff? Okay.
We're coming.
Okay.
Back now.
No, sirree, we're not, buddy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mudbugshockey.com, 636-7094 to get tickets for the next Mudbugs home game. My friends, you can text us on the Live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453, liveoakenv.com. Here's the deal. Look, man, everyone's got to have dumpster service for your workplace, right? Schools, hospitals, restaurants, accounting firms, everybody's got a dumpster. Well, what's the logo on your dumpster? Is it the Live Oak logo? If so, that's awesome. If it's not the Live Oak logo, then that's just trash. Make that switch. Get in touch with Roy Walters' crew by going to liveoakenv.com, liveoakenv.com, or giving them a call, the Walters crew, 318-230-7125. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Your local uniform pros, they are ready to rock your world with Christmas shopping for the athlete on your shopping list. Get it at Sports World, 8809 Joella, whether it's a slugger, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's a hoopster, whether it's a soccer star, they've got you covered at Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we're on social media. We're on the X at Fletch Worldwide, at Fletcher Show, at Hey Boy Rogers, at Hester32. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Tim Fletcher Show. We are streaming the show today. You'll notice that it doesn't show that it's Monday, December 1st. I know we're going to get some comments. Hey, is this Tuesday's show? No, because we're going to be talking about Lane Kiffin today a lot. And we weren't talking about him as much on Tuesday, except for I don't think he's going to take the job. So we are streaming today on all of our channels, YouTube on The Tim Fletcher Show, Facebook at The Tim Fletcher Show Facebook page, and on X at Fletcher Show. So you still have us, but I'm not in there. It's just an empty room where the camera spot is shooting toward. Rogers is there underneath the camera, but we don't have a ham cam because we would lose our license. And that's just the facts. Oh, and by the way, at the end of the program, we'll upload each hour of our individual radio and shove it up into the podcast cloud so that we, my friends, make it easy for you to be able to download at your content. You know? So that's what we do. You know what, Raj? I like the fact that we get this party started with a healthy dose here's the deal. Let's do a little SEC update. And that's brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris is such a good dude. And here's the thing about Bo. All he wants, seriously, is to help you prepare for down the road. Do these questions mean anything to you? Do I have enough money to retire? Am I ready to retire? Am I prepared to retire? Will I always be able to manage my money? And am I ready to listen to advice? Do any of those questions strike a chord with you? Then if so, how about getting in touch with Bo Harris Wealth Management? BoHarrisWM.com. Bo Harris Wealth Management. Located at 223 Fannin, 318-670-3101, bringing you this SEC update. Well, I hope you got a roster of the coaches because you're going to need one. Holy moly. There's been a little turnover in the SEC. As of yesterday, we now have Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to be the LSU Tigers head coach. You also have new coaches in place at Arkansas, at Florida, and Auburn, and Ole Miss. And now Mark Stoops has been fired at Kentucky. So on Sunday, the Gators announced the hiring of Tulane coach John Sumrall. Arkansas announced that Memphis head coach Ryan Silverfield will be their new head coach, which excited nobody. And Auburn got the Russian South Florida head coach Alex Golish. All three of those coaches come from the American Athletic Conference. Tulane plays North Texas in the conference championship game Friday night. Now, Sumrall is going to continue to coach Tulane, and if they win, they may actually get a playoff spot. North Texas head coach Eric Morris has accepted the Oklahoma State job, so I'm not sure if he's going to be coaching in the conference championship game Friday. And, oh, by the way, Pete Golding was promoted from defensive coordinator to permanent head coach at Ole Miss after Lane Kiffin bolted for Baton Rouge. And now you throw in Mark Stoops. Well, that means 6 out of the 16 SEC schools will have new head coaches in 2026. That's absolutely insane in the membrane. And that, my friend, is your SEC update. The SEC update is a paid advertisement for Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo is a super-duper good dude, and all he wants to do is really help you in any shape, form, or fashion he can to help come up with an investment game plan. And so that's all he wants us to just have a meeting with you and discuss your investment game plan. Bo Harris is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA, securities offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservative Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Bo Harris Wealth Management, 318-670-3101. Bo Harris Wealth Management, 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport. Put your hands together, please, and say good morning and welcome to December to our old pal, Rogers Hambone Hampton.
Hey, boy, happy Monday morning. Happy December 1st. Christmas tree is lit here in the building. I'm ready to rock and roll, brother. Sorry you're feeling bad. I wish you were here because I know there's a lot that's happened since we last saw eyeball to eyeball, my brother.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Of course, we'd love to have you text in 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Get your thoughts on everything that took place over the weekend, including, of course, the obvious. Lane Kiffin is now the head coach of the LSU Tigers. Raj, when did it hit you that this was going to happen, that it was a done deal?
I think when Florida announced that they had switched their candidacy to other coaches, and it basically was down to if he was going to stay or if he was going to go. And a couple of people I was talking to Saturday, because we were expecting the big announcement Saturday, and then a couple of us realized, wait a minute, he's waiting for the Auburn-Alabama game, because there was still that rumor going around if Alabama lost, DeBauer may go to Penn State and Kiffin would take the Bama job. That was hot and heavy in the restaurant that I was at. So that was the only wild card to me. But when it came down to Ole Miss and LSU, at that point, since Lane never came out and just specifically said he was staying, I started leaning toward LSU. And, I'm not the biggest Kiffin fan in the world, but I do know this, that if LSU would have missed out on him, you talk about egg on the face instead of all your eggs in one basket, because Drinkwitz re-signed, Lee re-signed, all these other coaches that were second, third, fourth, and fifth on the list were gone. So good for LSU. We'll see what happens. But if he would have stayed at Ole Miss and LSU was down to just pickings, that would have been the biggest faux pas in LSU football history.
It would have been, Raj. And I don't know, we may never know how close we came to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that Verge and the entire LSU administration is going to say, oh, we had our man the whole time. And I don't think that's necessarily the case, or Ole Miss wouldn't have met with Lane Kiffin for 4 hours or whatever on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they wouldn't have been talking about retaining him and all this good stuff and get a decision from him. I think that I believe Lane Kiffin in the fact that he did weigh this decision. There's a couple of things, Raj, that I think really weighed heavily in how he came to this, just based on some of the things that I've read.
Yeah.
Some of the things that he has said. And that includes, I forget where I read this, so I wish I could give whomever it was that wrote this the credit for it. But Ole Miss has, I think the state of Mississippi has one player drafted in the last 5 years, 10 years or whatever that came from the state of Mississippi that played at Ole Miss that was drafted in the first round. Something like that. LSU has had 14 native Louisianans taken in the first round of the NFL draft over the last 10 years. Whatever period it was Ole Miss has had one Mississippi native drafted in the first round. LSU has had 14 drafted in the first round. I don't know if that was over a 5-year period, 10-year period, 15, whatever it was, but that's a big number, Raj. 14 first-round picks compared to one out of your native state. And, oh, by the way, as you are well aware, Raj, there is no Mississippi State in Louisiana. We don't have another SEC school here in the state to try to pick off some of these the 5-star talent.
And if you do the thing all the other coaches said they would do is put a fence around Louisiana, you're going to have a winning program year in and year out.
You're going to have a winning program year in and year out. I know some of the detractors from Ole Miss have said LSU is going about it all wrong. They're still trying to do the hybrid recruiting where they're still trying to get 5-star high school kids. They're still trying to get the portal. They haven't been able to mesh it very well. Here at Ole Miss, we've been able to do it just the right way because we know that the transfer portal is our king, and we have addressed our roster needs that way, and no one's going to, that's not going to stop and all that good stuff. And Lane's in for a rude awakening there. Well, Brian Kelly didn't like to recruit very much. From what we understand. He was not a very friendly fella, as we've heard the many stories, published stories, by the way, that indicate that there have been assistant coaches who have recruits on the phone walking into Brian Kelly's office and saying, hey, coach, can you talk to so-and-so? And he'll say, make an appointment, where the kid can hear it, unless they got it on mute. But then you have to go back and tell the kid, even if you mute the conversation where the kid doesn't hear Brian Kelly say, make an appointment. I'm not talking to that kid right now. Then the assistant coach still has to go back on the phone and say to the kid, hey, man, I tell you what, coach has got to make up a story. Coach is kind of busy right now. I'll tell you what, let me get with him and we'll call you back sometime later today. That's insane. You can't do that in today's world. I don't think Lane Kiffin is going to be like that at all. Lamar Brown, the top recruit in the state of Louisiana, 5-star kid. Guess where he was last night? Meeting with Lane Kiffin in the football ops building. Okay? The dude was already hitting the ground recruiting. I'm like you, Raj. I'm not the biggest Lane Kiffin fan. I'm not a Lane Kiffin fan, although we have said throughout this year that while the smarminess and all that good stuff, it works for what he tries to do. He gets under people's skin. He's very, very highly skilled offensive coach, knows talent, knows how to put his players in position to win. He's just a guy that, has not been easy to like because of some of the things he said. But it feels like that this year, Raj, from him, taking little jabs at Saban, playful jabs at Saban, playful jabs at other coaches, just kind of having his fun a little bit. And I was like, okay, maybe there is a little bit more to this cat. Maybe a lot of this is just a shtick to show that he's just a dude that wants to have fun and live in the moment and try to win some football games. So I know that there are some people who are not big fans. I know there are people who are head over heels for the guy.
But this is what it is.
Yeah, this is what you're going to get.
This is his last college stop until he attempts to go pro, I think.
Right. And I think that the lure of the talent that he can cultivate, he's been referred to as a garden implement, Raj, by many folks at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And I'm just in my fever dreams last night while I was trying to get some sleep. I was like, I could see that this dude does take the old garden implement out there to the old recruiting garden, but it is chock full of more studs in this state than they ever have had in Mississippi, more than they have in Arkansas, more than they have in Alabama, as much as Alabama, not quite as many as Georgia, and certainly not Texas. But you start locking up these kids in Louisiana, and you start getting some other national pop for some of these players to come in here and play for Lane Kiffin. He's the most recognizable head coach in America right now.
Oh, all eyes on Red Stick.
I mean, I'm talking NFL.
Yes.
College football.
Because the NFL teams wanted him too, so he's the hottest coaching property in America.
And so
he's on the Bayou.
And he's now at LSU. And so we will get into that as well. Of course, you can text us on the live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Rogers, anytime someone texts you want to, just jump in. Doesn't bother me.
I've got it on. We're up. I'm ready to go. So
all right.
The only text so far this morning is you ordered something from Home Field. So I'll just leave it at that. So it's on its way or it's about to get there.
That's awesome. Very good. That's what I'm talking about, man. I like it. So we got that going for us, which is nice. This is the Tim Fletcher Show on 103.3 FM, 1130 The Tiger. Hanging out with Raj on this beautiful day. Except I'm hanging out at the house because I've got fever of 101. And, Raj, if I have to stop talking, it's because I'm going for a jog.
I hear you, brother. You've been working on physical physique you'ly, so I understand. You're doing steps in the studio. You're doing steps in the station. So I would not want you to break your routine of getting fit.
No, and that's just it.
And if you got to do something besides get fit, I understand.
Right. I'm on this new weight loss program. It's called Take 2 ounces of water, ingest 2 ounces of water and 3 soda crackers over a 36-hour period.
Hey,
and here's
brother.
another thing, Raj.
Yeah.
As a guy who is battling a stomach bug, and I don't know if it's the vid, I don't know if it's, the vid, the Rona. Yeah, what's the vid? I don't know what the vid is. If it's the Rona, if it's the flu, or if it's just a stomach bug. I will tell you this, Raj. I wish there was a way that we could kind of have at least a 12-hour advance notice that, hey, you're going to get sick in about 12 hours.
Like that one PSA we run about, next Tuesday, you're going to be in a flood. What?
Right. Do you know how nice that would be? Because you know what I would not have done? I would not have eaten gumbo Saturday night. I would not have had coffee with cream on Sunday morning. Raj. I may not have gumbo again for the rest of my life. It was nasty. It was nasty. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
sorry
we
about that.
That's all right, man.
I know where you didn't get that from, and now it's walk-ons.
No, I did not.
Because we had 2 helping heapings this week between Lauren and Shannon. They made us the crawfish etouffee and did the crawfish tails on the side, even though it's not on the menu. So just because it's not
look
on the
at
menu
you.
don't mean they can't do it. So Shannon and Lauren both said it was the best etouffee they've ever had, and they made us the fried crawfish tails on the side to go with it. So I know you didn't get that from Walk-Ons because I went there twice last
did
week.
not.
I don't get out, and I went there twice. I ate more than I ever have in a week, and that's why I was thinking maybe your tummy's upset because you did what I did, every day a different meal and too much of it. But, yeah, I did not have a bad meal at Walk-Ons. In fact, watched the whole LSU game at Walk-Ons and stood with that
Wow.
crowd because I had my daughter and her boyfriend with me, so they kept me calm. They put us in a booth that I was not crowded in the bar, sat there and watched the whole game, and we tried almost everything on the menu. So Walk-Ons, thank you for a good time with me, my daughter, and the future, husband.
I get that.
Yeah,
I
he
get that.
you know what? He's still
Yeah.
alive, and I'll leave it at that.
There we go. That's a bonus. That's a bonus.
Hey, I actually told him I loved him.
Wow.
Because
Look
I
at
see
you.
where this is going. So, if
Good.
he makes my daughter happy, that's all that matters. And if he doesn't make her happy, then that's all that matters.
You got that right. And we know he doesn't want that Rogers Hampton on his
No.
bus,
He'd
so,
rather be sitting at Walk-Ons with me than somewhere else.
Yeah. in the trunk of a car in a knapsack.
That's
So,
exactly right.
yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. So here we go. Tim Fletcher Show, Rogers Hampton. Hester will be in at some point today. I am sick, so I am here. Rogers is not sick. He is there. You can text us on the Live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Yeah, walk on. Hey, how about Patriots fans, Giants fans? Where are you going to be tonight? Walk-ons to watch the game? Not a bad idea. Walk-ons on Airline Drive in Bossier City, Louisiana, north of 220, and in Shreveport on Erie, south of East 70th. Hambone and I will be back with more of the show. The early riser portion of our program brought to you by Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132, your local uniform pro since 1973, and your home for Christmas shopping for that athlete on your shopping list. We'll be back right after this.
The following is a paid program. Participants of this program are not employees of this station, and their views, opinions, and claims do not necessarily represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Bring it in, kids. Come on, get around. Coach McCoachson speaking here. Sports World. They are your local uniform professionals. Of course, football season, we know the old Jack and his crew got everything for you at Sports World. That's where I go for everything. See these coaches shorts? Think they make these things on trees? Think they make these things out of natural fabric? Heck no. But I know I can get them at Sports World. Cleats? Yep. Hats? Yep. I carry 3 or 4 hats because I got to throw 3 of them on the sideline. Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. They've been in business 50 years. That's as long as I've been Coach McCoachson.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ROAD to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Mac McCarter has been making Shreveport-Bossier better for many, many years. Community renewal, making Shreveport-Bossier a more welcoming, more inviting, healthier, friendlier place, one house at a time, one neighbor at a time, one block, one neighborhood, one community. Community renewal, 318-425-3222, communityrenewal.us. See what you can do to help make Shreveport-Bossier better than ever before.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Fox Sports plays here.
Welcome back, guys. Tim Fletcher Show with Rogers Hambone Hampton. I am at the house today because I am sick as a kitty cat. I feel like dogs always get the bad rap, being sick as a dog. Well, cats get sick too, Horses get sick. cows get sick? Why is it just the dogs that always have to be the ones that are the oh man, look how sick that dog is. I'm as sick as a dog. That makes no sense, Raj. So
I think it's just I think it's just that horrible sound they make when they're gagging.
Well,
out of all with cats, it's the little fur ball, but when a dog's doing that upchucking, it's kind of nasty.
Well, and maybe that's why I was sick as a dog yesterday.
That's exactly right. A big sheepdog, you woolly mammoth, you.
And that is a fact, Jack. The early riser portion of our show brought to you by Sports World 8809 Joella. Check them out for your Christmas shopping for the athlete on your list. Yes, sir. What you got?
I got a text from Fist Pump. He sent in one Saturday, and he followed up this morning. He said, for Sonny, that was a very well-coached game Saturday. He has a lot to be proud of on that staff. That could have went the wrong way fast, but didn't because of the leadership in Ruston on Saturday night. And this morning he said, happy for Tech, happy to have Kiffin, and there it is.
Yeah, that was a big win for Sonny yesterday over the weekend at Missouri State. They were not favored in that game. They get to 7-5. That's big. You know, they've had so many close losses this year, and I just thought they played really well Saturday. Saturday. I thought they played really, really well, and they've been playing pretty darn good football for the last half of the season, to be honest with you. So I hope that means that some of the folks who have been like, I don't know if this is the right, well, I hope that people understand what they've got now, that things are starting to kind of really fall into place over there in Ruston. So happy for Sonny. Of course, we'll have him on tomorrow as part of our Spell Brothers Lumber
Tech Tuesday, baby.
Raj, what was weird yesterday, it was like a flurry of activity from about 11 a.m. until noon.
Yep.
It was like Florida's got their coach. Auburn's got their coach.
Yep.
Arkansas's got their coach.
Yep.
LSU's got their coach.
I was here at the station watching it, and I just was like, wow, I wish we were on the air right now.
Yeah, it was wild how quickly the dominoes fell.
Yeah.
And the first domino to fall, of course, was Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
You know, you mentioned this earlier, Raj, that by getting Kiffin, obviously he was the prize of the bunch.
Yep.
Okay, we understand that.
He was the golden ticket.
He was the golden ticket. And so everything after that fell into place because here's what's kind of interesting to me as well, Rod. You look at the salaries that they're paying Golish at Auburn, what they're going to pay Silverfield at Arkansas, what they're going to pay Summerall at Florida. They're all in that $7.5, $8.5 million range, maybe with some incentives or whatever. It's interesting to me that that's where they are with that, as opposed to LSU, 7-year, $90 million, about $13 million a year with Lane Kiffin. He is if that doesn't show you who the big prize was, I don't know what else you can have as a barometer to show that we're paying him $13 million. They're paying like almost 40% less. And so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Raj. I'm just saying it is a thing that in the world of college football coaching, where we had our governor talk about how these big contracts have got to go goodbye, we've got to get more incentive-laden contracts. It was almost kind of like what is good for thee is not quite good for me, because LSU went ahead and did the deal. They went ahead and made him as high paid as Kirby Smart, as Ryan Day, as any of these other guys out there in the biz. And I think to get him, I think you had to do that. There was no way they were going to get Lane Kiffin by offering him $8 million plus $500,000 for every win above 9 and $1 million bonus for the playoffs and $1 million bonus for a playoff win. That wasn't going to cut it with him because he's like, dude, do you see what I've just done with Ole Miss?
Yeah. Where? So, yes. Look what I've done where.
Yeah.
He just you said that a while back that if LSU doesn't get their guy, they just need to settle for a guy that was $7-8 million, pay the assistant coaches, and go out and get you players. You went with that all along, and I know you just said the domino effect happened for you yesterday. I think it really started for me when Drinkwitz re-upped with Missouri and then Lee with Vanderbilt. I said, okay, into the coaching world underbelly, they know what's going on. They're locking their guys down because LSU's not coming after either one of them because in the underbelly they knew that Kiffin was going to pick between one or two. And I think that's when that domino fell of all the other schools went, well, if Kiffin's picking down to two, we're out of it. We got to get somebody. And that's when that rest of the domino, like you like to see on TV, and they all just started going. So it was a heck of a day yesterday, but it was exciting as all get out, man.
It really was. And I don't know what I enjoyed more. People are just insane, Rogers. The Ole Miss fans who gathered at the airport and were flipping him off and calling him the garden implement. I love the passion, and I'm like, dude, A, I was sick, but B, you couldn't get me to go to an Oxford, Mississippi airport and yell through a chain link fence at anybody. I don't care if it's Rogers Hampton wearing camo pants. I'm not going out there to yell at you. You know, I'm staying at the house. You guys can go out there and yell at him all you want. And then the same thing when he got to Baton Rouge, the number of people who were there when the Suburbans came rolling out of the airport past all the fans from LSU that were, going absolutely bonkers for him. So it was just a surreal day yesterday. And the fact that Kiffin, the fact that he really thought that Ole Miss was going to let him coach in the playoffs, I'm like, surely he didn't really think that. We may never know the answer to that. He says that that's what he wanted, and he said that, that the players wanted that as well. But the administration, I'm like, of course the administration doesn't want you coaching into the playoffs. You're the LSU coach. How in the world do you think that was going to work? That was absolutely insane. And to me, it was his first little dig at his new rival.
Yeah.
Right. Because whatever the rivalry between LSU and Ole Miss has been, going back to the Billy Cannon Halloween game and all parts in between, Eli getting stepped on, you name it. This thing just got ramped up. From these go to 11 now, Raj. This is by far the biggest rivalry in the SEC is LSU and Ole Miss, and it will be as long as Lane Kiffin is still there.
And I completely agree. and it just this is just crazy that this has turned out this way. And excuse me, this is what you're going to get. And it just. Let me ask you this. What do you think anything different would have happened if Ole Miss would have made the title game, the SEC title game, if Alabama would have lost? Because they would have been in against Georgia. What do you think might have been different, or do you think it would have been the same scenario?
I think it's the same scenario, Raj. I think
he doesn't even coach in the SEC championship game.
No, I don't think they would have let him coach in the SEC championship game.
Wow.
Because unless LSU did the old wink-wink deal, like, hey, after Saturday's championship game, we'll fly you into Baton Rouge and sign the deal. And he would have to keep it hush-hush or whatever.
But all the media after last week, it just was too much.
Right.
It was too much.
That's too much.
Yeah.
He was not going to coach Ole Miss one more day.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, you know what? Straddle up. Let's go. Come do what you say you're going to do and make this administration look good, because you were really close to having a bunch of egg on their faces. And so this is what you wanted. Go finish out the coaching staff. Bring Coach O back. He said he'd be an assistant coach. You need help recruiting. Who's a better recruiter for the state of Louisiana than Coach O and Frank Wilson? Corey Raymond.
You got that right.
All of those. Kyle Williams. I mean, if you're going to do this, that culture you've been shoving down our throat, then finish this deal.
It feels like, and another thing, Lane Kiffin brought 9 coaches and staff members with him from Oxford, and there may be more as well. The main one, Charlie Weiss Jr., the quarterback's coach and offensive coordinator, he was on the plane with them. He's part of the staff that's going to be in Baton Rouge. His name's already been taken off the Ole Miss website. There's other support staff. His brother, of course, was an analyst and a linebackers coach. They're going to redo the entire offensive staff. Now, he did say that he would like to have Blake Baker. Yeah, no lie. 21 points a game ain't going to cut it, buddy.
Oh, gosh.
But Blake Baker is more than likely going to remain as the defensive coordinator unless he gets a head coaching job somewhere. I've heard his name thrown around there for the Tulane gig. And it does feel like that, Frank Wilson has said, even though he's a running backs coach, that he says he would love to still be a part of the staff. And I think that would be a wise move to have Frank still be a part of the staff. You mentioned Corey Raymond. You mentioned Kyle Williams. They've done a really good job. Why would you run off a Ruston kid, a South Louisiana kid, who both are LSU players, LSU alumni, Why in the world would you get rid of them when they are absolutely the keys to just that bedrock on defense? We know that this team had no problems defensively. So let's lock up everybody on defense, bring in your staff on offense, and let's see what happens.
Absolutely.
Show with Rogers, Hampton.
I'm with you.
It's about what, 6:30ish, 6:30.
It is 6:35, almost 6:36 on the hour.
Oh my! The early rise portion of our show brought to you by Sports World 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Of course, we'll get our Skent-N-Dent Coaches Conversations going again tomorrow. Skent-N-Dent, located at 814 Shreveport Barksdale, 318-869-2023. They open up around 10 o'clock today. And, buddy, if you have an appliance need, there's no other place that I could recommend higher than Skent-N-Dent, because you're going to save up to 50% on big box store prices on that stove, that oven, that refrigerator, freezer, washer, dryer, hot water heater. They've got it all. And, yeah, there may be a blemish. There may be a little scratch. There may be a little dent in the handle. So what? It's under full warranty. And you can buy an extended warranty. And don't forget, Skent-N-Dent, not only do they have everything under warranty, they also will deliver and set up for you as well. That's what you get at Skent-N-Dent. Why in the world would you go to some other place, the big box store, and went and spent too much money when you could do Skent-N-Dent and save so much? Our little radio show, the Early Riser portion of the program, brought to you by Sports World 8809 Joella, just off 3132, your local uniform professionals since 1973. They have got you squared away for all your Christmas shopping needs for the athlete and the fan in your life. Go to Sports World. Hambone and I will be back with the LSU update, brought to you by River Cities Lighting, right after this.
We appreciate Sports World bringing you the Early Riser portion of our show every day from 6 until 7. They're opening their doors a little bit after that. Give them some wakey time. But when they're there, you know you're getting the ultimate sports professionals at Sports World 8809 Joella. We know baseball, football, basketball, soccer, track and field. Name the sport, we've got the world for it. Sports World, they control the universe of our local sports. If they ain't got it, you can't play it. Sports World.
You don't need a holiday to pick up a delicious Honey Baked ham. Anytime is a great time to enjoy one of their sweet hams or turkeys. Honey Baked also offers a great selection of gift packages made to fit any occasion. Their menu and good service are just 2 reasons to stop by and order. Looking for lunch? They have a great deli offering deli-style sandwiches along with all the fixings, a cookie, and a drink. That's Honey Baked Hams, located at 5739 Uri Drive in Shreveport. To learn more, go to myhoneybakedstore.com.
Cormier Family Dentistry has been with us for quite some time for a good reason. They're really nice. Their staff, warm, welcoming. They take the anxiousness out of going to the dentist. Cormier Family Dentistry, 868-4072. Adam and Jenna Cormier, the dynamic duo of dentistry. GBT is the great banking team. 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas, next to the Bellagio. Ain't no bots at GBT, folks. Real live human beings answering the phones in the teller window, and when you go into the bank, real humans. GBT, the great banking team.
Are you familiar with Sports Cards of Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier's premier sports card and TCG store? That's right. Buy, sell, trade sports cards, Magic, and Pokemon. They're a Topps Direct MVP account, Topps Buyback Redemption Program, Play Pokemon store. They're Fanatics Collect Direct Submission Shop, Games, Workshops, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Paints and Supply, Magic the Gathering Friday every single week. They have Commander Night plus Pokemon Play on Sundays at Sports Cards of Louisiana, 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Hey now, what's going on, kids? Tim Fletcher Show, Rogers, Hambone, Hampton. We are coming to you live. I am at the house battling whatever it is that I had from Saturday night all the way through yesterday. And Rogers, when I tell you that I had 2 ounces of water yesterday was the only thing I ingested. That's the extent of my outside of the coffee in the morning with the cream, obviously.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that made a second appearance.
Yes.
You know? So it's one of these things where you're like, I didn't want to see the coffee again, to be honest with you. Did not sound like anything that I was anxious for. And I did not want to see the gumbo from Saturday night come around again. You know, I was A-okay without having to see that again.
I hear you. One time down's good enough.
Yeah, dude, it hit me like a freaking freight train. I mean, I was sitting here yesterday morning, Raj, talking to the idiots, going over, we're texting back and forth. I'm starting to kind of feel a little queasy, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to get me a little Gatorade and a couple of little crackers. I took a bite of a cracker and I went, oh, this tastes horrible. This is not good. And then it began. And so it was on like Donkey Kong yesterday. And I'm one of these guys, I have a friend that I'm spending some time with that we'll leave it at that. And she was talking about how, are you taking anything? I'm like, no. She goes, you're one of those guys. I'm like, yes, I am not taking Advil for the fever because you got to let your fever kill all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Your fever's got to go in there and work the body.
Got to sweat it out.
Got to go out there and got to knock out some things.
Yeah, sweat to the oldies.
Absolutely. And, Rogers, as I'm watching the NFL yesterday, and I watched all the games, I had the Red Zone channel, I had the Direct TV, the Sunday ticket, on YouTube TV. So I watched every game, and there was something about, Rogers, watching NFL games in cold weather. A lot of them were cold weather.
Oh, absolutely.
And my body was hurting so bad, like everything hurt on my body. And so I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, golly, geez, how do they do that? How does a running back just run right into a line of scrimmage like that and take a helmet right on the thigh and just get up? I'm like, well, we used to do that, but I'm 60 now. I don't understand how it felt like yesterday. And I know, Rogers, that it's because I was feeling bad. I know that's why I had this thought. But I'm like, that's the hardest hitting Sunday of NFL football I have seen in a long time.
It seemed like they let a lot of stuff go that they normally throw flags
Holy
on.
moly. Buddy, they were beating the living crap out of each other yesterday.
God, you know what? I kind of noticed that too, and I thought, man, they're letting some stuff go as far as physicality.
I'm talking like hits on quarterbacks sliding. There was a couple of hits on Daniel Jones, on Justin Herbert yesterday.
Yep.
Josh Allen. I'm like, these are three of your big stars, and you're letting guys just tee off on them when they're sliding, and they're like, it's okay. You're fine. Rub some dirt on it.
I noticed that too, Fletch. I'm glad you said something because it did seem like there was more like, oh, God, that's usually a helmet-to-helmet right there. And it was obvious. Right. Not only was it shoulder-to-helmet, it was shoulder-helmet-to-helmet. And so I completely see what you're saying, man, because I kind of thought the same thing.
It was wild. I'm like, man, they are absolutely teeing off on folks today. And I don't know if I was just watching it more closely yesterday or whatever, but it was like, I really did say it to myself, in my fever dreams. Hey, Fletch, what's going on? Not much, Fletch. How you doing? Oh.
Hey, Rich, how you doing, man?
Hey, Rich, how you doing, man?
Monkey died.
Monkey died. Oh, man. Roger watched The Hangover again over the holidays.
Dude, that's one of the best.
It's just fantastic.
All the guys are perfect for that movie. All of them.
It's so good. So good.
It really is.
All right.
And if you don't like Heather Graham, then you're not a friend of mine.
No, you're not either, buddy. That's a hunk of woman
I think Carlos was a better name.
I do too. And Carlos at the table, holy moly!
Oh my gosh!
Unbelievable! Just horrible.
All right, you want to do an LSU update or take a break first?
Let's do an LSU update brought to you by River Cities Lighting and Run Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. Our buddy Kevin Bryant and his crew are ready to make your light fixture shopping so easy. I mean, it really is. Why would you go anywhere else than the place that is known for having light fixtures for every room, for every budget, for every style? If they don't have it, they can get it. Check out their website, rivercitieslighting.com. They've got rugs, they've got wallpaper, and so much more. Holy moly. River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, bringing you this LSU update. For those that don't know, Lane Kiffin's the new LSU head football coach. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of that. Takes over a team that was 7-5. Great defense. Absolutely one of the worst offenses in program history, which I still don't understand how that happened. I mean, I really don't. But it did. So he's bringing in general manager Billy Glasscock, offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr., wide receiver coach George McDonald, senior associate AD for football operations Thaddeus Rivers, head strength and conditioning coach Nick Savage are all coming with him. He's also still trying to get a few more of the offensive coaching staff to show up. Pete Golding is taking over in Oxford as the Ole Miss head coach and is retaining just about everybody on the defensive side of things, it seems like. We mentioned Lamar Brown, the five-star defensive tackle, and five-star defensive tackle Richard Anderson. Both are apparently locked in with LSU. This is from DandyDon.com. Scott reporting that this morning. Brown already visited Kiffin and LSU's coaching office. We mentioned that. Anderson has since said that he has shut down his recruitment. Both are expected to sign with the Tigers on Wednesday, the early signing period. And, Rogers, I don't think we need to discount the expediency of getting this done Saturday and Sunday because signing day begins Wednesday, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely.
A couple of players have already decommitted from Ole Miss, and ones to watch for LSU include four-star safety Trey Collins, four-star wide receiver Corey Barber, wide receiver Braden Allen, another four-star kid from Lafayette Christian, was recruited by LSU and Ole Miss before he committed to Oklahoma, but he decommitted from the Sooners yesterday. So the Lane Kiffin effect, kids don't care whether he yo-yoed Ole Miss around. They don't care that he had to leave a program that's getting ready to play in a college football playoff, perhaps. They care who's going to coach them for the next 2 or 3 years, and they all seem to be in favor of Lane Kiffin being the guy. So the transfer portal opens January 2nd. We know that they've got to probably bring in a quarterback from the portal. I know that, Pop is committed for 2027, but they don't have anything for 2026 necessarily. However, you got to think the job that he did with Trinidad Chambliss, the kid from Ferris State that comes in as a D2 kid and ends up leading Ole Miss to an 11-1 record as the replacement for the original starting quarterback. That's all Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. So whether or not that means bringing one of their guys over from Ole Miss to here or finding another one in the portal that's going to be similar in talent as Trinidad Chambliss, got to think that that's going to be priority number one. As in addition to locking down the recruits that have already committed, locking down some recruits that were committed to Ole Miss that are now waffling, I think the thing that he's got to do now, he's got to find a quarterback, and that is huge. And that's your LSU update, brought to you by River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery. Buddy Kevin Bryant and his crew, Courtney, Heather, Lori, and the whole crew are here to help you find the light fixture you need for that DIY project, for that multi-room project, or if you're a custom home builder, you can go right there as well and get your light fixtures that you need. River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City. Thanks as well to our buddies Adam and Jenna Cormier Family Dentistry, 868-4072. When it comes to your teeth, they are they're the first line of attack and defense, right, in your body. I don't know if that's true or not. This could be my fever talking, but I know this. Your teeth are very, very important to your health, right? Your teeth and your gums. You got to keep them healthy. And one way to do that is regular visits to the dentist. Twice a year, go see Adam and Jenna Cormier. And when it comes time for little repairs, they got you squared away. They're good people. They take the anxiety out of going to the dentist. They make things just so easy and simple and as pain-free as possible. I'll remind you, I fell asleep while getting a root canal. So there's that. And I do fall asleep pretty easy. I used to fall asleep at stoplights, Raj. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Cormier Family Dentistry, 868-4072, located on East Kings across from Albertsons, right between Aikens Nursery and Drug Emporium. Hambone and I will be back. Old Turkey and Dressing's going to be here soon, unless he's already there. Is he already there? Is T&D already there?
No, it's just me, brah.
All right. Well, I can't see you because your camo pants are on, so,
yeah.
And
I put your sponsor book in front of the camera so people can see all your sponsors.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank
I
you,
got the
Rod.
Chop Shop
I appreciate
brochure,
it.
and I've got the Daiquiri Express brochure right in front of it as well, so people can hone in on
Excellent.
that if they're looking for something chop
Good.
shoppy or a good chocolate Crown Royal eggnog from Daiquiri Express.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. All right, Rod. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more of the Tim Fletcher Show, brought to you by Sports World 8809 Joella, just off 3132, right after this.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
How much do I love my Silverado LTZ 1500 Texas Edition? Well, almost too much to squeeze inside just 30 seconds. Could it be because of the wireless device charging? That's absolutely a big deal because my iPhone is kind of busted up where the charger goes, so I just stick it where the wireless device charger goes, and boom, my phone gets charged so quickly. There's so many cool things. Even the little things make it great. Silverado from Chevyland. Together, let's drive.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. This holiday season, ride in style. Shreveport Limousine is offering an exclusive 2-hour Christmas lights tour in a luxury Lincoln. And right now, you can grab it for just $150. That's half off the regular price. Relax, sip cocoa, and enjoy the magic as your private chauffeur drives you through the most dazzling lights in town. But hurry, limited quantities available. Go to seizethedeal.com and purchase yours before they're gone. Seizethedeal.com. Holiday magic starts here.
Traffic brought to you by Jack Spring Electric. Online at jackspringelectric.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, kids. Tim Fletcher Show with Rogers Hampton. I hope all is well with you and yours on this lovely Monday, December 1st, 2025. Yeah. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Your local uniform pros since 1973. They get it done. They've got your Christmas shopping all squared away, buddy. They're going to take care of you because they've been taking care of folks for a long, long, long time. Since 1973. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit.
We know.
Bo, what do we got going on, buddy?
We got a couple of texts. Captain Insano, we're going to stick with the college coaching stuff. Captain Insano says he is not excited about the hire, and that's all he sent.
Oh.
Barely Moving says, first Kelly, now Kiffin. The NCAA needs to fix the calendar to not allow schools to hire coaches until after the season is over, change the recruiting calendar and portal dates. Ole Miss players getting the rough end of this one, and that's from Barely Moving.
And I agree with him. I really do. I think that the thing that we can learn from all of this, Rogers, is that the coaching, the calendar is jacked up. You know, there's no reason in the world that Ole Miss should not be able to concentrate. And, you know, like we don't give a rat's rip about Ole Miss. I know that.
Yeah.
But I could not imagine having all of this going on. And while you're completing the best season you've ever had in your school's history, you're on the verge of making the playoffs for the first time, and you got to deal with all this. It shouldn't have happened. You know, it should have been at the end of the season. And if that means that everything gets pushed back, recruiting gets pushed back, a week after the season ends with the national championship game, then so be it. If that means that, no coaches can be hired if they are still playing, if that's a bowl game or in the playoffs, then so be it. That's the way it should be. It's so I agree 100% with Barely Moving. I think the timing of this was just absurd.
And it took away from a lot of the players and the games that were actually being played, I think. And that's sad for the kids. but it's a business now. It's at the pro level. It's all money. It's basically semi-pro, and it is what it is. Like you said, until you and Barely Moving, they come up with something else to change the rules. And I know that you and Adam feel the same way about that. And speaking of, Adam is here. Good morning, Adam.
Hello.
What do you say there, Esther?
Not too much. Anything going on?
No. We've basically been talking about the Lakers a lot today.
Good. I got a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah. So did a lot of that, and also F1 racing. So did a lot of Formula One stuff.
I might.
We're waiting on you to get here.
Actually.
Hester, were you surprised by the flurry of activity on Sunday morning?
No, because everybody knew what they were waiting on. So
and as soon as it happened, everything started falling into place.
As soon as the big domino falls, that tells the other ones what direction they can go in. So no, that was. I mean, these agents have been working behind the scenes for weeks at this point.
Yeah, I get it. Of all the hires outside of Lane, I think we can all kind of agree that at least on paper, that's the big fish, and that's a fantastic hire and all that good stuff. Of the other hires, Golish to Auburn, Sumrall to Florida, Ravensclaw to Arkansas, who finished 8-4, by the way, in the AAC.
I believe all 4 of those losses were in conference as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure add that in there.
They did beat Arkansas.
They did. Arkansas was driving for the winning score and could have kicked the field goal, but kept trying to run it and fumbled the ball inside the 10-yard line and ended up losing the game.
So you're gonna have to be more specific. Arkansas was driving for the winning score. That might have happened a few times.
It has. Against Ole Miss. What about that? What if Arkansas beats Ole Miss like they should have? They fumbled on the 17-yard line going in for the winning score there. If they had beaten Ole Miss, would any of this have taken place? Would Lane Kiffin have been such a hot commodity? It's weird how little things, the butterfly effect of this happening, that happening, and that happening, leads to this chain of events that has altered the landscape of college football.
Week to week. Everything is week to week now. Everything.
Yeah. Arkansas fans gathered outside of one of the complexes and protested, some with paper bags over their heads, the hiring of Ryan Silverfield. Yes. Go home.
What I learned yesterday, based off of the fact that Arkansas and Florida fans were organizing protests, on the day that the coach was named, and the Ole Miss fans that were able to go to the airport and do everything but throw rotted vegetables at Kiffin, and the LSU fans who gathered to do the reverse of that, is there needs to be a 7-day work week in this country.
Yeah.
There doesn't need to be any days off. You have way too much time on your hands if you're able to do this.
There's way too much.
Sunday. What are we talking about here?
If you have enough time to go to the airport to flip off Lane Kiffin, you probably have enough time to change your baby's diapers at home, or work on your presentation for the Penske file on Monday.
Get ready for Monday. Somebody's wife absolutely got left with the kids at home, and Jim Bob was like, "Look, I apologize in advance. I got to go down there and make sure he sees my middle finger. He's got to know I was there." And his poor wife has to go, "Yeah, sure. Go ahead."
Yeah. Go ahead. Thanks. Yeah, I'll stay here with these 3 kids. No worries. Yeah, go have some beers with the boys and flip off Lane Kiffin. That sounds like a very productive Sunday there. Lord. Yeah, knock yourself out, buddy.
I'm tired of all this.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. We have wrapped up our first hour. The early riser portion of our show has been brought to you by Sports World. We move into the second hour, our cleanup hour, which is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's, absolutely ready to rock your world with beautiful, tasty, enormous breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos. Check it out. 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. They open in 1 hour. Hambo, Estradine. Got any more text there, Raj?
No, we're good for right now, brother.
All right. You can shoot us a text on the Live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-FILE, 318-489-7453. Love to get your thoughts on all the moves yesterday. How do you feel about Lane being the head coach? Do you think that it's we had a little text thread going on, Hester, among the TV idiots from days gone by and newspaper boy about the expectations. So I'll share that with you guys and get your take on it as well, Adam and Raj, as we rock on. We'll be back with more of the Tim Fletcher Show with Roger Hampton and Adam Hester right after this.
Sports World 8809, Joella in Shreveport, Louisiana, is your local uniform professionals since 1973. That's right, since 1973, they've been taking care of your school uniform needs, your softball uniform needs, cheerleader, baseball, football, basketball, you name it. And for you refs out there, oh, they've got you covered as well. They got the striped shirts, they've got the sunglasses, they got everything you need. Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
Hey, y'all, this is Eddie Kennison. As a former Tiger and pro athlete, I know what it feels like not to be at your peak. If you're tired, losing strength, or just not feeling like yourself, it could be low testosterone. That's where Rejuvamine Medical comes in. Their team knows how to help you regain energy, performance, and confidence on and off the field. It's real people right down the street with real support from a medical team that listens and real results you can feel. Schedule your consult today at RejuveMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Long been a fan of Cormier Family Dentistry, 868-4072, the dynamic duo of dentistry, Adam and Jenna Cormier, i.e. Starburst, for the reason to send me to Cormier Family Dentistry. East Kings Highway across from Albertsons next to Drug Emporium.
Morse & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Tremors, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
The cleanup hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City, 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports.
Welcome back, guys. Tim Fletcher Show with Rogers Hampton and Adam Hester. The cleanup hour is brought to you by the Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. They open at 8 o'clock. The best, most scrumptious breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are waiting for you today. Holy moly. Ensconced in flour tortillas. Oh, that sounds so warm and toasty and fun. Yes, sir. Our little radio show is also coming at you, courtesy of Porter's Cleaners, in by 9, out by 5. Drop your dry cleaning off by 9 this morning. It'll be ready for you by 5. Who else does that? Porter's Cleaners, in by 9, out by 5. Time now for your SEC update. It's brought to you by our old pal, Bo Harris. Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo would love to have a discussion with you about your investment game plan. As a matter of fact, he's given us like 4 or 5 questions that if you're asking these questions, it's time to sit down with a trusted financial advisor. Do you ask yourself, do I have enough money to retire? Am I ready to retire, or am I prepared to retire? Will I always be able to manage my money? And am I ready to listen to the advice of a trusted financial advisor? If any of those seem to be ringing true for you, then you know that it's time to get in touch with Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris Wealth Management bringing you this SEC update. Let's check the old college football scores from the week that was. Obviously, we had the final week of the regular season, and so some games played Friday through Saturday and all kind of fun stuff. So checking the scores. If you missed any of this stuff from your holiday gatherings, Ole Miss beat Mississippi State 38-19 to win the Egg Bowl, and Georgia was able to sink Georgia Tech 16-9. Texas A&M and Texas, it was all Longhorns all the time, knocking the Aggies from the ranks of the unbeaten with a 27-17 win over Texas A&M. It'll be very interesting where Texas is going to be located in the college football playoff rankings tomorrow night. And on Saturday, the rest of the SEC got underway. And Kentucky, probably the death knell in the Mark Stoops coaching tenure, getting beaten by Louisville 41-0 when Kentucky could have been bowl eligible with a win. Instead, they get absolutely boat raced by Louisville 41-0, and that was probably the last straw for Mark Stoops, who was fired yesterday. Clemson doubled up South Carolina 28-14, but Shane Beamer is not fired. He is sticking around despite a 4-8 mark. Eli Sipowicz and Missouri completed their 8-4 regular season with a 31-17 win over Bobby Petrino's Razorbacks, who finished 2-10. 2-10. Yeah. And Diego Pavia lit it up for the Vanderbilt Commodores, running 20 times for 165 yards to help Vanderbilt, ranked 14th in the land, knock Tennessee off 45-24 in Knoxville. What an incredible season for Clark Lee and the Vanderbilt Commodores, 10-2, 6-2 in the league. And LSU, of course, again, woeful offensively. Michael Van Buren, 94 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Caden Durham, the leading ground gainer for LSU, with 42 yards rushing on 6 carries. Just horrible. Oklahoma, John Mateer is terrible, by the way. But he was good enough. He threw 3 picks, but he also threw 2 touchdowns, the only 2 touchdowns that Oklahoma had, and that would have been enough. They win 17-13 over LSU. And Florida walloped Florida State 40-21. The Gators finished 4-8 in the regular season. Florida State could have been bowl eligible. They finished 5-7. And in the Iron Bowl, Auburn put up a pretty good fight. And there was a lot of folks that night saying, man, if Auburn wins this, DJ Durkin's going to be the head. No, he's not. He was not going to be the head coach. That was insane to think that they would promote. That makes no sense. And I don't know if it's going to work at Ole Miss, but typically these things do not work out. Alabama ends up winning 27-20. Ty Simpson toughed it out through 3 touchdown passes. There was some hard hitting going on in that game as well, buddy. Ashton Daniels played pretty well for Auburn, had 108 yards on the ground, 259 yards through the air. And that is your SEC update. It's been a paid advertisement brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Yes, sir. Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo would love to have a cup of coffee with you to discuss your investment game plan. The former Captain Shreve Gator, LSU Tiger, and Cincinnati Bengal legend is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA. Securities offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservant Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Get in touch with Bo Harris Wealth Management, 670-3101, located at 223 Fannin, or you can also check them out online at boharriswm.com. So, Hester? By the way, Raj, any more texts?
Yeah, we got a couple. We got a couple. RB text in. How long before LSU fans are at Baton Rouge Airport yelling insults at Lane as he heads off for a more attractive job, which we addressed earlier? The more attractive job will be the NFL, is where he's headed next.
Right. And it will happen.
Exactly right. And Modio texted in, seeing this move by LSU overall has put a bad taste in my mouth for college athletics. It's disgusting, and the fanatic fan makes it worse. And the one who suffers worse are the students that are the average, everyday students, the forgotten heart of universities.
Well, there's something to be said about that. I think that college football is no longer the sport that it was, 5 years ago, pre-COVID, right before the NIL stuff and the transfer portal.
That's probably fair.
That was the line of demarcation. And so it seems like that's kind of, where we are.
They've got to fix the calendar. That's
what Barely Moving brought up earlier, Hester. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What would you say? What would you suggest?
To hire somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to this stuff. He sits next to Pat McAfee on College Game Day.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue to tell you like what the actual dates should be, but I do know that there are enough former coaches that could get together who speak to current coaches on a regular basis, and those are the people that could hammer this out. Nobody else needs to be involved in that process.
No chancellors, no school presidents, no athletic directors, coaches. And I would put some assistant coaches in there as well, recruiting coordinators. I mean, I would come up with a committee of about 8 to 10 people with Nick Saban leading the way. And I think you could throw in a couple of other veteran guys who have been around this business for a while to throw in there. And I think a couple of young coaches as well wouldn't be a bad idea to get their perspective. Sure. But come up with a calendar that allows teams to fulfill their season without distraction. Yes. It doesn't seem like it's that much to ask.
Like if we're really we can't do it during this month because the classes would have already started. Well, they've got to figure that out.
Right.
They got to figure that out.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know. So then change the eligibility rules. Say that, I don't know, but someone smarter than us that knows a lot more about the inner workings of this stuff could certainly come up with some kind of plan.
There could easily be a conference-wide, and I know obviously, then Notre Dame pops up, but a conference-wide, like, all right, here's our rule. You know, this guy's going to transfer and go to this school. Hey, his credits are good here. Let's just figure that out. There's a way to put that together and make that work. It's 2025. We don't have to pretend like we don't know how to do that stuff anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Apparently, there is a new bill being introduced that has more to do with the NIL and the Sports Broadcasting Act and how money is distributed. So it's not quite the same thing, obviously. But there are things in motion to try to make this a more tolerable sport. Because right now it's not. And I think there were, as funny as it may have been to see these idiots going out there flipping off Lane Kiffin and to see the people in Baton Rouge cheering for him, it just, again, leaving the wife at home with the 3 kids. Yeah. As funny as that is, that's ridiculous. You know, we don't need that kind of stuff. We don't need clandestine meetings and all that crap. We don't need flight tracker. It just should be a lot more transparent and after the completion of the regular season, at least let them get the playoff thing set up, you know, and then I don't know, but it really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Yeah. The way this all shook down.
There shouldn't be any scenario where a coach is doing this and I know it happened back in the year that Michigan won the basketball championship with Steve Fisher.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve Fisher.
That's one of the only examples I can think of where something like this happened where the guy left before the tournament.
That was brought up about 50 times yesterday. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't. This stuff doesn't happen. You know, like it doesn't. Where a guy's trying to make this decision on the verge of the playoff, or about a week from the playoffs being announced, and who's playing who, and there's got to be a better situation, some kind of window of time where you can, all right, from here to here, and it puts everybody on the same timeline too. Well, you don't have to worry about them getting a jump on you because nobody can hire anybody until whatever the date is. Now you got to monitor the backdoor conversations and the agents reaching in and all that stuff. So I don't know how you police all that. I think this is probably a sport that's maybe even past the point of being able to be policed, and that's why we're here. I don't know. You've put rules in place, kind of like the old recruiting violation type rules. But then somebody's got to monitor that. I don't know necessarily how you do that, but it would certainly seem to help if there were, all right, during this period of time, this is when the coaches can be fired. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. But
Brisket Brandon texted in, who writes these contracts, since you're talking about this? Yeah. Why isn't there a clause that you can't leave until after your last game, just like the NFL does?
I don't know. I don't know if there's I don't understand.
I think
why
everybody's
that's
got the same questions, and there's not enough answers.
And it may be a little easier to regulate the NFL because you don't have as many teams. There's one conference. That's it. There's
There's
the
no
NFL.
recruiting.
Yeah.
Right. There's no recruiting deadline. There's no transfers or anything like that.
It's a lot easier to set
yeah.
those dates in stone there. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't have to
And
worry
maybe
about
if they make-
the defensive end from the Colts. Hey, I don't know if my credit's transferred to the Bills. You don't have to worry about all that stuff.
No. And, what's interesting, a couple of things. Look at Ole Miss again. Here they are, and they could still be left out of the playoffs, depending on
Sure.
the machinations of the championship weekend coming up. There could be some strange things happen. And so they're not a lock to be in, like Texas A&M is a lock to be in. But Ole Miss is not necessarily a lock. I think they will get in. Yeah. But here's the deal. Who's going to call the plays? Who's the offensive coaching staff that's going to grab these guys and say, hey, we've got a plan for Indiana, or not Indiana, but Oregon. We've got a plan to knock off Texas Tech. Here's how we're going to do it, boys. Well, Coach, you're the defensive coordinator. How are you going to be able to tell us anything about our offense? And I know that they're going to try to hold on to maybe one or two offensive coaches, but what do you do about that? How does Ole Miss set up an offensive coaching staff in 3 weeks to be able to come in and understand the play calling? Because they got to learn whatever it is, the verbiage that Chambliss uses and that Ole Miss is accustomed to is what you got to use. So I don't know how they're going to do all this stuff. There was somebody who snuck in a phone in the addressing of the team last night by Ole Miss, the school chancellor and Keith Carter, the athletic director. And Carter even said, he goes, look, I don't know everyone in here's names. I get that. I'm going to try to make sure I get to know everybody's names. And it hit me, again, I had 102.4 fever at the time, so maybe I wasn't thinking straight. But my thought process was, I wonder if Pete Golding knows everybody on that offensive side of the football. Does he know the third string tailback? Does he know the fourth string wide receiver?
He probably doesn't.
Why would he? He's in charge of the defense, but now he's in charge of the whole kit and caboodle. So how's that going to work?
Well, our boy Greg down the hall's got a perfect solution for this. Jordan Travis rule. Ole Miss cannot be in the playoffs now.
No, I don't like that.
That's 100% no.
The Jordan Travis changed the complexion of the team. They were missing their stud quarterback, and they were going to be an easy out. There's nothing about the Ole Miss football team that has changed except for the guy calling the shots. And so the kids haven't done anything. Yeah. So I don't necessarily agree with that. I see where he's coming from because it kind of goes in hand what I just said. Like, who's going to call the plays? Whoever draws Ole Miss in the first round of the playoffs, if they do make the playoffs, is that kind of hey, we got lucky. We got a first-time offensive coordinator.
I think you're playing a pretty pissed-off wounded animal.
I think so, too. And to be honest with you, Hester, and I think those kids at Ole Miss, I know that Lane said that some of the kids wanted him to coach. I don't think any kid there wanted him to coach after he said that he was going to LSU. I think that they said, you're done. We got our guy. When they introduced your head coach, Pete Golding, the kids went, crazy, loud applause and all this good stuff. They want familiarity. It's just like everything. Kids want to stay the same if possible. And so I think that they are A-okay with it, but I am really not concerned. Doesn't bother me one iota if Ole Miss gets bounced in the first round or whatever. But it would suck if they don't make it past the first round of the playoffs because their offensive play calling was in the toilet.
I'm reading Greg from down the hall. He says, missing your entire offensive coaching staff doesn't change the makeup of the team? ?
Well, that's just it. We don't know if the entire coaching staff. So far, it's Charlie Weiss Jr., who's a quarterback's coach and offensive coordinator. I know there was an analyst that came along, and it's more along the lines of like the general manager, the assistant head coach for personnel. So far, I know that he's still talking, that apparently he was talking to some more offensive coaches to join him, but I don't know if necessarily they have all agreed to or not. So if Charlie Weiss is the only guy that leaves from the offensive side of the coach's box, and if they've got their wide receiver coach, the running backs, I think the running backs coach has already said that he is going to stick around, now that I think about it. They've got probably somebody that can be the run game coordinator and passing game coordinator. I just was thinking about Charlie Weiss and Lane Kiffin. Those are the two guys that you think of when you think about play calling and putting together the offensive game plan. They're it. So now it's going to have to be somebody else, but maybe they have experience. I don't know enough about the guys left over at Ole Miss to make that assessment.
This is also probably kind of a fortunate situation that they're not in the SEC championship to have it, a little bit of extra time to figure some of that out. So they're not having to get ready for a game this week. But we're not – when Florida State didn't make it in, that was still the 4 teams. That wasn't last year. So you have 12 teams versus 4 now. They had a game with the backup quarterback, if I remember right, against Louisville in the ACC championship.
Might have.
And everybody saw how bad they were, like without Jordan Travis.
Yes, they did.
And this
absolutely
if
did.
You don't put them in the playoff because of their coach ditching them, the message is horrible. You're rewarding his actions, basically. And I think that would set a pretty terrible precedent. I think their backs are kind of against the wall right now. And look, you got to pivot really quick and figure this out. I get that. But to not put them in the playoff, I think, would be a pretty terrible look, move, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Shoot us a text on the Live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Hester and Hambone are in the studio. I am at the house, still with fever, and so far, so good. I've had another 2 or 3 ounces of water, Rogers, and I have not seen it come back up. So that's a positive sign. This is the worst weight loss plan that I can think of, outside of sawing my own foot off. But I've lost a couple of pounds here, man. So there we go. Just don't eat and have a stomach bug. That'll get you squared away. Be able to fit in all of my summer dresses, Raj, when the espadrilles and come out again in the summer, in the spring.
Here he is,
of course,
having the time of his life.
100%, buddy. The Cleanup Hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. Fuzzy's gets it done, buddy. That's all there is to it. God, their breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are so massive and so good. As Hampton, or no, I think it was Adam, that said whenever Buster dropped that sack full of breakfast burritos on the table, it sounded like someone dropping an anchor on the table. It was like, wow, that's got some heft right there, buddy. That was good stuff. Speaking of, I'm watching ESPN2 right now, and if you're watching that, you'll see what I'm talking about there, Esther. Anywho, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, the Cleanup Hour, taking care of business. Our little radio show is also brought to you by the wonderful folks over at Spell Brothers Lumber, spellbroslumber.com, bringing you, did you see what I'm talking about now?
Wait a minute.
Spell Brothers Lumber, bringing you Tech Tuesday.
That's a problem in the paint.
1321 Martin Lane in Bossier, 318-747-1194. Of course, they feature hot shot delivery service. And we've got a goalie fight now. You'll see here in just a wee bit. Lumber, hardware, and more delivered quickly and efficiently to the job site. And remember, anytime that you have materials that you have purchased from Spell Brothers Lumber, the job is over. You've got some unused, undamaged material left over. Just call John Solomon and his crew at Spell Brothers Lumber. They'll come pick it up and give you a store credit. SpellBrosLumber.com, 1321 Martin Lane, just northeast of Bossier High, in between I-20 and East Texas. Spell Brothers Lumber, hot shot delivery service. We'll be back right after this.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
The Cleanup Hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
AccuTemp 861-2255. We talk about being comfortable in your own home. Dude, winter rolls into spring, into summer, into fall. 4 seasons, we know there's hot and cold in Louisiana. AccuTemp keeps you hot when it's cold, cold when it's hot. Live Oak Waste is here to take care of your trash every single day. Why are you worried about that? That is the last thing that should be on your mind. You've got a business to run, a school to take care of, a restaurant to take care of, a retail center. Why are you worried about your trash? Stop fretting. Just call Live Oak 230-7125, 230-7125. Hit the website liveoak-environmental.com. Live Oak Waste bringing you the text line on the Tim Fletcher Show.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Hey now, what's going on, kids? Tim Fletcher Show with the Rogers, Hambone, Hampton, and Adam Hester here. The cleanup hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They've got breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos, and so much more. All ready for you starting at 8 o'clock. Drew will be the man with a plan when 8 o'clock rolls around. Oh, also, thanks for our buddies over at Sports Cards of Louisiana. Stop by there on Friday, I think. Saturday. It's a big week over at Sports Cards of Louisiana. They're going to be getting in Topps Chrome NBA. So the paper product, Hester, has been out for a while. The Cooper Flag first edition, Topps NBA trading cards with the license and everything was a huge hit. And some of those Cooper Flag rookie card base cards, Esther, are selling for like $1,000 now. Graded, of course, but still just insane. They still have a few of those hobby boxes at Sports Cards in Louisiana, but this week, I believe it's this week, they're going to be getting in the Chrome product of the NBA, of Topps NBA, which is a step up. And if you've ever seen the paper cards, the cardboard versus the Chrome, there's a difference. That's why I love Bowman Chrome. That's why I love as many Chrome cards as possible in my collection. I just think they look better. They pop a little bit more. Also coming this week, Stadium Club for MLB, another Topps product. Stadium Club is typically the best photos of any baseball card out there. It's not necessarily the most coveted baseball cards in the business. The flagship, Top Series 1, Top Series 2, as well as Bowman for prospects are always going to be a notch above it as far as just the basic good stuff. But Stadium Club really does have the coolest photos they have of the players for all their cards. And I believe it's Allen and Ginter this week, which I am a huge fan because it's always kind of quirky. It's more baseball, obviously, but there's also fun stuff. You'll get maybe an egg. You might get a bird. You might get a president or whatever, but it's really, really cool. Sports Cards of Louisiana. That's our local card shop. And when it comes to Christmas shopping, my goodness. And I don't know if you saw what Joey and Sarah posted yesterday, Esther. Did you see what they had? Some of the stuff they got in?
Was it some older stuff, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of starting lineup stuff.
Nice. I didn't see that. I got to go look at that now.
It's really, really cool. And so they even get that kind of stuff, whether it's through trade or they'll buy it for consignment. So it's not just the new products, but it's also some of the older stuff that maybe you collected back in the 90s and the turn of the century. Well, they've got some of that stuff. It's Sports Cards of Louisiana right there on North Market Street, just north of I-220 in the Brookshire Shopping Center on the other side of Brookshire's facing north, but in the same building as Brookshire's. It really is. If you've got a hobbyist, a card collector on your shopping list, buddy, have a go at it. As a matter of fact, I believe we're going to go buy, if I can kick this bug, going to go by this week and get a couple of boxes of that stuff, and we'll have them as giveaways on the radio show. So it should be pretty cool, man. Sports Cards of Louisiana.
This starting lineup stuff is awesome,
it's nuts,
dude. I had some of this. There's a couple of different Ken Griffey Juniors from before when the Mariners still had yellow in the color scheme. Oh yeah, a couple of Nolan Ryans. It's hard to keep those packages kind of pristine. It always has been, but these are still pretty good shape and pretty decent prices. Will Clark's in here, a couple of different Will Clarks. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. Here's the starting 9 basically for the Red Sox for whatever year this is, 1990 maybe. I mean, that's
holy cow.
I had a couple of these collector stands and things like that. The headline edition where it was like the mock-up of the front page of the newspaper with the little stand where you could put the figure. I had a few of those too. That's awesome. I love looking at anything to do with starting lineup figures.
Yes, I do. I knew you did. And I was like, man, Hester's going to love this stuff. Check it out. Sports Cards of Louisiana, taking care of business. Raj, do we need to do an LSU update real quick and then take a break to get back on time? Yeah, I guess that's a yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Roger's over there playing the horn. Your LSU updates brought to you by River City's Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. River City's Lighting has got your light fixtures for inside the house, outside the house, all over the house. Plus, they've got wallpaper. Plus, they've got rugs. I need a rug. These hardwood floors are cold as heck, man, you know? And so it might not be a bad idea to go get a rug so I can warm my toesies up a little bit because I'm cold. Of course, I've also got a fever of 101.4, so that might have something to do with it as well. Sure. River City's Lighting, bringing you this LSU update. Well, how about those Tigers, huh? Again, the LSU women's basketball squad, all they do is just keep hitting 100 points or more. Fifth-ranked LSU beat Washington State in the championship game in the Paradise Jam Reef Division, 112-35. 112-35. That's a major college basketball program, Washington State. You know, good grief. The 77-point margin of victory is the largest in program history away from the friendly confines of the PMAC. It's the fourth largest margin of victory all time. All four, by the way, have come in the last 3 seasons when Kim Mulkey has been coaching. She's something else, man. They're 8-0, and so they have now scored 100 or more points in 8 straight games. It's just something else, you know. And, oh, by the way, Matt McMahon's crew also playing some pretty good basketball. They knocked off DePaul 96-63 the other night, Saturday night in the championship game of the Emerald Coast Classic at Northwest Florida State College. LSU is 7-0 for the first time since the 21-22 season. So basically it's been 4 years since they've been 7-0. And this is the second time they've won the Emerald Coast Classic. They also won it in 2021. Max McKinnon was named to the all-tournament team and was the MVP of the tournament. Was Dedan Thomas Jr. 7 LSU players scored in double figures. Pablo Tamba had 14. Mike Duoco, McKinnon, and Jalen Reese each had 13. Thomas and Robert Miller, the third, had 12 each, and Rashard King had 11. So LSU basketball, undefeated, men's and women's, a combined 15-0. How do you like them apples? Your LSU update is brought to you by River City's Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. River City's Lighting has got light fixtures for inside the house, outside the house, all around the house. Plus, they've got wallpaper. Rogers, how do you put the wallpaper on? Is that how you do it? Okay. And you also have rugs.
I just got the whole wall done while you said that.
Wow. You are fast, buddy. Absolutely fast. Our show also brought to you by Chop Shop. Who knows what they're going to have today? I know they'll have the smash burger for lunch today, and they've always got something else cooking over there as well. including some of the best ground beef you'll ever put in your mouth, whether you're using it for grilling or part of a recipe. It makes a difference to get your meat from local farms, and that's exactly what you get at Chop Shop, 724 Azalea Drive. It really does make a huge difference. Locally farm-raised beef, chicken, eggs, grab-and-go salad and meals, local dairy products. They're awesome. 724 Azalea Drive, just on the other side of Piermont Mall off Line Avenue, 724 Azalea Drive, Chop Shop. And we'll be back with more of our little radio show, the Cleanup Hour, brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, right after this.
The Cleanup Hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. Over here in our little Tim Fletcher Show corner of the world, we are so appreciative of the fine folks over at Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers, shining the spotlight on local athletes with our Player of the Week throughout the school year. Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers, morrisdewitt.com. Look alive, Stu Prunes, Coach McCocherson here for Sports World, letting you know whatever football equipment you need right now, they got it for you at Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. They've been taking care of football players for 50 years. 50 years! Do you know how hard it is to find a 50-year-old football player right now? They can find one for you at Sports World. Looking for a chin strap? They got it. Need some shoelaces? They got it. You need some Gatorade gum? They still make that? I think they got it. Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
Bell Brothers Lumber, located at 1321 Martin Lane in Bossier City, just northeast of Bossier High between I-20 and East Texas, 318-747-1194. They are truly your local lumber company. They can do it all. Window installation, lumber supply, custom cabinets and doors, expert guidance and planning, hardware, and yes, hot shot delivery service where they'll bring your lumber and hardware needs right to your doorstep. Get in touch with Spell Brothers Lumber, locally owned and operated, 747-1194.
Who knew that wallpaper is making a comeback? I tell you who knew. River Cities Lighting. Yeah, the same folks who have your interior lighting, your exterior lighting, your wall accoutrement. They also have your wallpaper. River Cities Lighting, 3908 Shed Road, rivercitieslighting.com. Keeping you up to date on everything associated with LSU, River Cities Lighting. The LSU updates at the bottom of the hour, every hour of the Tim Fletcher Show, brought to you by River Cities Lighting, 3908 Shed Road, rivercitieslighting.com, bringing bright ideas to people every day.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, guys. The Cleanup Hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. Breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos await at 8 o'clock this morning for you. Take the industrial exit off I-20. Can't miss it. Can't miss it. Go north, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. Oh, man, the best stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Our little radio show is also brought to you by the wonderful folks taking care of business over at Chevyland, where their Black Friday event, I'm trying to see, is that still going on, Bubba? Esther, do you know if it's going on? I'm sure you were probably keeping up with that, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, here it is, buddy. They got the red tag sale going on now. So 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with Turbo Max engine, 0% financing for well-qualified buyers when financed with GM Financial. Holy moly. Yeah, Black Friday continues, I guess. All right. Even bigger savings, 0% financing on Equinoxes as well. $4,000 off Traverses. Go check out the #1 Chevy dealer in the area. Chevyland, 7500 Erie Drive in Shreveport, Louisiana. Chevyland, Shop Click Drive. Chevyland, the #1 dealership in the area and among the top 250 in the country. Any more texts we need to get through there, fellas?
There are a couple. Let's see.
All right.
Greg from down the hall. The precedent was set with Florida State, so now if your team 13, 14, 15, or 16, and a 16-team playoff, and you're seeing a team that has just lost their entire leadership getting it, but not you. No, a 12-team. I'm sorry. Let me start over. He's saying if you're the 13th, 14th, 15th, or 16th team, and a team that just lost their entire leadership gets in, but not you, what incentive does it have any coach to stick around ever? Anyway. This Doc Marvin says cheering on Ole Miss for the national championship just to hear the players' post-game interviews.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. I have
just for that purpose, I think that would be okay.
That would be fun. Yeah, I haven't. I think you have to subscribe to the Jackson Clarion Ledger to be able to read the articles, but I assume they've talked to some players, some interviews, and it would be interesting to hear their take on this compared to what Lane is saying, that they were all clamoring for him to stay. And you know what? Probably some of them were, but I have a feeling that a lot of them were not.
Yeah, because matter of fact, Golden T says it right here. Kiffin came in to meet with the Players Council after Keith Carter talked to the team to give his side of the story to the team, and they told him to get out of the building. It's not that he left, it's how he left. That's the problem. This is 100% a failure on Kiffin with the way he chose to handle it. Hope he completely fails and is owed a buyout like Kelly. I don't know that I'm hoping he fails so he can be paid like $60 million.
Yeah.
I don't think we could do that again.
No, I don't think that's that could end up that might kind of hamstring LSU for a while. They had to do another buyout.
Yeah.
That might be a little too much.
That's how you get Billy Napier in a few years.
That is also true.
He becomes your coach because he'll work for $1.
We mentioned that Blake Baker, that Kiffin had said that he wants to keep Blake Baker, but I see another report that indicates that he may be a candidate for the head coaching job at Tulane. I don't know what would be better, go a year with Lane as the defensive coordinator, have an offense that really is good, and put together a season better than 7-5, and be able to get maybe a gig that's a little of a notch up. Although Tulane's a pretty dang good coaching job right now.
It is, and it's become a nice launching pad. So I don't know that really, I don't know if it's necessarily too much difference because you start to get your feet wet as a head coach.
Yeah. Text line brought to you by Live Oak Environmental, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. I just saw where Orlovsky and Earthworm here are talking about the coaching calendar and all that good stuff. How it's got to be done.
I don't know why we have to listen to whoever this person is.
I don't know who he is either.
Josh Pate.
No, yeah, Josh Pate. I don't know why he's.
He was on CBS last year. Now he's on ESPN, and for some reason we now have to listen to what he said. There's two things that have become just more true, relevant, however you want to word it. Podcasting equipment is not expensive enough. And
Correct.
The second point is far too many people in the last 2 or 3 years woke up and said, hey, man, I don't want to work anymore. I'm going to be a college football content creator. I can't tell you the number of because, you get on one topic on social media and you scroll and it starts to, he must want to know more about this. And so a couple of people that are talking about Kiffin or the playoff rankings, whatever. And so your algorithm becomes college football, right? And I scroll and I'm like, wait, what are these accounts? Who are these people? And they're all the same, except you just replaced the person in the video. It's them with for some reason nobody can clip the mic to the shirt anymore. We have to hold it in 3 fingers right in front of us. This little fuzzy microphone.
I don't. Right, I don't get that.
And
it bothers me.
It's the same kind of point being made with the person superimposed in front of the pictures in the background of Kiffin or whatever. Stop. None of these people know anyone. They don't have any sources. They don't have chops to do this. They just don't want to work anymore. And so this is a way to do that.
Right.
Oh, somebody will sponsor my page. Somebody will subscribe to my. No one cares about any of these people's thoughts. Credit to this dude. He got on ESPN somehow, but I don't understand why he is somebody that has to be listened to.
I don't know either.
I don't get.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know the criteria to become a college football expert.
No, It used to be the draft. People just woke up and decided, hey, I know more about the draft than everybody.
Right. I'm going to give you a mock draft. Here's why it's going to happen this way, and they get two of the picks correct.
Anyway, I'll not beat that drum too hard today. War Eagle says, well, Auburn ended up with a Red Army soldier, and LSU ended up with an overpaid wayward woman. Edwin Edwards would be proud. I don't know the Red Army thing, but Cutler's mistake. The 1 seed Bears. He's right.
Yep.
The Chicago Bears, just like everybody predicted, 9-3, and the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. This is not even a shot at the Bears because bless them. I mean, they're doing their job. I'm just scrolling the entire playoff standings for the NFL since he said that.
Yeah.
Oh. This is one of the worst years in the NFL ever. I don't think it's crazy to say that. There's nobody on this AFC squad that you're like, oh, man, I hope we don't draw them. Not one.
The Broncos, Patriots, Jaguars, Ravens, Chargers, Colts, and Bills are the top 7 right now.
And the Bills are super flawed. The Colts are too.
Buddy, they can't stop anybody.
Especially the Colts with the Houston's got a good defense. But something, obviously, with Daniel Jones and that leg injury, I know they said it's a small fracture, can't get any worse, which when they said that, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure somebody can hit him in that spot and it could get a whole lot worse.
There's a reason why they didn't use him for quarterback sneaks yesterday. They tried to use Tyler Warren and fumbled twice. You know? Yeah.
And look, I hate it's no real slight against the Broncos, but that's the strangest 10-2 team ever.
Oh, they won 9 games in a row.
It's the strangest 10-2 team I've ever seen. They win all the games
and
at
they
the
do
end.
It
like
right. Bo Nix looks like trash for 2 quarters, 3 quarters sometimes, and then starts becoming Superman in the 4th quarter. And he did it again yesterday, last night. It was a fun game.
It was.
And I mentioned to Rogers earlier this morning, Hester, you know, and I think some of it's because I'm just feeling like dog mess. Boy, I almost said the other word. That would have been really bad. I feel like dog mess, and so like my body just hurts.
Yeah.
And so watching football yesterday, especially the cold weather games, and the way those guys were hitting, is like that was the hardest hitting Sunday I've ever seen in the NFL since the 80s or 90s. You know, and they were just pummeling each other. And the Broncos defense is ridiculous. That Benito guy is a problem. He's ridiculous. And also, by the way, I'm about ready for us to go without gloves for wide receivers. These catches, Puka had one yesterday, Bowers had one, Burke had one for the Commanders last night that was very, very Odell Beckham-like. Dude, those gloves, it just sticks in their hands.
But there's a little more to it than that.
That's all there is to it.
You can't just throw your hand up and the ball just sticks there. Like you have to go touch the ball.
That's it's like fly paper.
It helps, but it's, come on.
I think they need to outlaw gloves. We need to get games back to 7-6.
That's exactly what we need is more bad play in the NFL. Let's please usher that in with who was it yesterday? I think it was Josh Allen. Right at the goal line, they throw a slant to Shakir, and whoever was calling the game, was that Romo? Maybe.
I think it was.
Hey, just threw it too hard. He just threw the ball too hard.
That was Romo. Threw the ball too hard. Yeah.
Shakir's even like, hey man, like I'm right here. You don't have to try to throw it through my sternum.
It's a 5-yard pass. You don't have to try to blow it through my shoulder. You know what else is kind of weird about the NFL is that you look around and see these quarterbacks that are out there.
Yeah.
Shedeur, Shuck, Tua.
How did Shedeur?
Cousins.
I know they lost, but
he didn't do too bad. But they're going to give him one more start.
That's a good
It's a really good defense. they're mocked to take a quarterback again, so they'll screw it up.
Just there was no reason to give them a team after they went to Baltimore. There was no reason to give them another shot at this.
So yesterday we had Cousins versus Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett versus Baker. Cam Ward was out there. That Romar guy or whatever for the Vikings, my God, he is terrible.
I did not go. Yeah, he was an undrafted free agent from the University of Minnesota. So it was like, hey, you're already here.
Yeah, you'll sell some tickets and we put you in the game.
Can you stay in the dorm? Just stay living.
Exactly. Do we have to pay for your moving expenses?
Some guy on Twitter, I don't know, he had some official title with the University of Minnesota and maybe did some work with the Vikings, some media person. Something's going to happen. I forget exactly how he said it. What's going to happen on Sunday is going to shock the world. Nobody's going to see this coming. Talking about the quarterback.
Okay.
And I wish I could go back and find him now just for the comments.
Right.
Because I don't know. I would never be able to find him again, But
no.
I want to go back now so badly and find you're gonna see. You'll see it when it happens. Like, no, I saw it. I don't think he wants to see
terrible.
it again when he
no
on the fourth down play.
Oh my gosh, the pick six he threw.
That was the fourth down play.
Yeah, that was very Will Levis like, and like, wow, that's the worst pass of the year.
Here you go.
That's the first time.
Dear quarterback whisperer, it's 4th and 1. You were on, I think, at that point, like right at somewhere near the 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4th and 1. You need to score badly to stay in the game at that point. I think it was either 13. No, it was just 6-0 maybe at that point. And that was off of a turnover where they got the ball down there. Brother, it's 4th and 1, and you got that guy playing quarterback. Run the football.
Run the football.
Oh, no.
You got a couple of guys. Aaron Jones was still, unbelievable. I think it's the first time they've been shut out since like 2006 or 2008.
You don't see him in the NFL too often.
No, you don't. And then last night, Mariota was terrible until he wasn't. And I'll tell you, watching that game last night, the close shot of Mariota after he had his 2-point conversion pass tipped away by Benito or whatever, I'm like, how does he have grass stains on the front of his collar? Like, how did he get shoved into the grass like that to where he got grass stains there? He was so beat up. His jersey was just throw it away.
He had to make
There's
some
no way
plays
you
with
get no
his
stains.
feet, too.
He did, and he played really well. The gutsy performance by him, and they nearly pulled it out. But then again, the Broncos are the Broncos, and they kind of figure things out. 9 wins in a row, and none of them have been by, wide margins whatsoever. We'll take a quick time out. Of course, the cleanup hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. Breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos will be ready for you in just 7 minutes. Oh, my gosh. You've had enough turkey and dressing, right? You've had enough ham, if that's possible. Honey baked ham, that's impossible. By the way, huge hit, honey baked ham. This Thanksgiving went over to the Moss's house. We went with to Sid's in-laws, Jimmy and Denise. Thanks for having me out. Holy moly, that was good ham. I had it again the next day, and it was so stinking good. God, I love honey baked ham. Don't forget, Christmas coming around this corner. Go ahead and get your orders in, honeybakedshreveport.com. But, yeah, Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They open in just 7 minutes, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. And we'll be back right after this.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense autofill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
That Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ Texas edition that I'm cruising around in is just a dream truck. I love the leather upholstery. It's got the cooling seats that are going to come in handy so much here as these temperatures warm up. Can you imagine the summer without cooling seats and leather upholstery? As big as I am, not a pretty picture. But the Silverado LTZ from Chevyland's going to take care of me as it always does. Chevyland, together, let's drive.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Hey now, welcome back, guys. Cleanup Hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They open in 4 minutes. Breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos, and so much more. What a great way to get your day started, especially going back to work for a lot of folks, the school kiddos and teachers and all that good stuff. Some of you folks took off the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. So if you're looking for a way to kind of ease back into the work week, that's what I suggest. I would not suggest going to the Oxford Airport and flipping off Lane Kiffin. That's not a good way to ease into the work week. It's call me nuts. Any more texts we need to get to there, Hester?
Oh, yeah. We got
all right.
Bubba Winningham, of course.
Yes.
How's a college football program if you have to choose between a head coach who is all around likable, good guy, and a hated coach who wins all the time? Who do you choose?
Likable guy, Sam Pittman. Hated guy that wins all the time, Lane Kiffin.
Well, does he win all the time?
Well, these last 5 years, pretty good record.
Show for it, though.
He has not won. He's not won a playoff game. Correct. Thing. He's not won an SEC championship, but still will not have an SEC championship. Yeah. After this year. So I don't know who would be the bad guy then. Who's the guy that wins a lot that you don't like? That gets the. Yeah. Would you rather have Kirby Smart or Coach O?
In that case, you would want Smart. I can't stand Kirby Smart, but you would. The
No,
longevity
I can't either.
You would take.
Yep. I think that's it. I think what you're looking for, if you're a big fan of a school, then you want the best coach.
They were
Saban
doubting us.
easy.
Everybody doubted us. No, they didn't, Kirby.
Right.
It's never happened.
No one's ever doubted you. You're Georgia. You're always going to be favored, except maybe one game every 2 years. You've got the most talent. Your defense is ridiculous. So, no one's doubting you. No one's
doubted the abilities of your DMV to tell people no. But
well, that's also true.
But nobody's ever doubted your team. So stupid.
No.
I mean, if you could have like a Les Miles type run.
Mm-hmm.
You played for 2 titles. How long was he there? Was he there 10 years? Probably.
Yeah, I think so. 9 or 10. Yeah.
Or it's probably might have been more like 12 actually.
Might have been 12.
Yeah.
Because Coach O got there in 2017, full season 2018, or was 2019 his first full year?
No, his first
The
full year
championship.
wasn't the
Champion. Okay, so 2018. So he took over for him in either 2018 or 2017, and he got there right after Saban left.
Yeah, it was 05 to 16 for Miles.
Wow.
So a run like that where you are, let me find his record here. Overall, you're 77 and 30. Well, I hate when Wikipedia does this. Don't give me the vacated stuff. Just tell me what the actual record is. Now it's going to mess it all up. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
First 3 years, 11 and 2, 11 and 2, 12 and 2. 2010, 11 and 2.
Pretty good.
2011, he's 13 and 1. I mean, and you're going to have an 8 and 5 in there sometimes. You're going to have a 9 and 4 in there sometimes. I don't need the vacated.
What's Kirby Smart's coaching record over these last 10 years? What's season by season with him?
He's not been there 10 years, I don't think. It's probably close at this point. Because he was still in that Alabama staff.
In 2012, 13, 14, 15?
2016 was his first year at Georgia.
Okay, so this is his 10th season. What's the worst record he's had?
8 and 5 the first season.
Okay.
8 and 2 the COVID year.
All right.
And everything else is double digits. 13 and 2, 11 and 3, 12 and 2, 14 and 1, 15 and 0, 13 and 1, 11 and 3, 11 and 1 right now. That's pretty good.
That's pretty salty right there, man. Holy cow.
They doubted us. Shut up.
Yeah. No one's doubting you, sir. Speaking of doubts, I know we need to take another break, right, Raj, to get back on time?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? All right. Let's take another break to get back on time. We've wrapped up the cleanup hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They're open now. Cleanup hour presented by Brewer Quality Homes is ready to take you to new heights as far as your home ownership. What are you looking for in a house? What are the amenities that you're searching for? Buddy, have you looked at a manufactured home over Brewer Quality Homes? They have everything inside these homes except a hefty site-built home price tag. $70, $80, $90 a square foot as opposed to $250, $300 a square foot for some of these houses that I've seen. Like, holy moly. Are you hiding cocaine inside this house? I mean, what's going on there? Why is this house so valuable? I don't get it. Same material as other houses. Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, bringing you the Power Hour. We'll be back with your SEC update and so much more as our little radio show rocks on. Our program brought to you by Chapin Toyota, chapintoyota.com. Ken Chapin Toyota, located at 5015 East End Boulevard South in Marshall, Texas. Beautiful Marshall, Texas. The Christmas lights, I assume, are up now. So it really is a beautiful place to go visit, take the family to, and the kids to, and all that. And while you're over there, why not take exit 617 off I-20 and head north to 5015 East End Boulevard and check out those brand new Tacomas, that incredible Camry. Or if you're looking for something on the used side, man, oh man, they got a bevy of used vehicles priced to move. Go check them out, chapintoyota.com. Cars and trucks are a lot like eggs. They're cheaper in the country. Chapin Toyota. Ken Chapin Toyota, supporting our little radio show. We'll be back right after this.
The Cleanup Hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
Hey, y'all, this is Eddie Kennison. As a former Tiger and pro athlete, I know what it feels like not to be at your peak. If you're tired, losing strength, or just not feeling like yourself, it could be low testosterone. That's where Rejuvamine Medical comes in. Their team knows how to help you regain energy, performance, and confidence on and off the field. It's real people right down the street with real support from a medical team that listens and real results you can feel. Schedule your consult today at RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Rogers, your pops was Mr. Shreveport, right?
Yes, he was. First ever.
Big muscle-bound guy.
Yes, he was.
You like muscles?
I do.
I like my cars with muscle.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Landers, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. They basically are the Mr. Shreveport Bossier of muscle cars.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, because they flex the Challenger and Chargers all the time. When you pull up next to one of those, it's almost like, is that Rogers Hampton Sr., like, embodied in a Challenger?
Especially the ones that were red, because he had red hair.
Landers, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Morse & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
The Power Hour of the Tim Fletcher Show is brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. We don't know where Donnie goes, where he's traveling next, but we do know this. When you go to 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, you're going to get a fair, square deal on a beautiful manufactured home.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Hey, boy, Rogers, Hambone, Hampton, Adam, Hester in the house. And I am literally in my house because I am sick, as a matter of fact. So it's our Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, Brewer Home Center, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. I'll take my temperature again real quick. This is exciting. What do you think it's going to be? Hester, you got a guess?
Nice. Like, are you in the chair right now? Are you sitting at a table? What's the
Mm-hmm.
setup?
Couch.
Isn't that lovely?
Mm.
Like, just the thought of you being able to do that I am a little jealous. The problem is, especially if I wasn't feeling great, I would definitely fall asleep during the show.
Yeah. And, can't say that I almost haven't. Yeah. And the fever, by the way, is now, we've gone back below 100.
All right.
So, there we go. We're
so
making
if you leave
progress.
the house right now, we'll get here about...
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping this means that I had food poisoning and not the Rona or the flu. I'm still going to go to the doc in a box here. Everything was fine. The Mosses, like I told Rogers, I wish that they would give you like a 12-hour notice whenever you're going to be sick, because I would not have eaten gumbo Saturday night and I would not have had coffee with cream on Sunday morning. That was not fun.
No, that's a double whammy there.
That's buddy, cream coming back up. It does not smell like cream.
It's not the sunshine of your love. Not at all.
No, it is not. No Eric Clapton. No Slow Hand. No, sir. Not good. Not a fan.
I want to read something off to you really quick that
Fire away.
I went and found. All right. So 11-2, 11-2. 12-2 national champions, 8-5, 9-4, 11-2, 13-1, 10-3, 10-3, 8-5, 9-3. Goes 2-2 the first 4 games of the next season, and he gets fired.
Les Miles.
They fired this man despite the fact that he won 77% of his games.
Right.
They talk about him.
And
on social media, LSU fans do, in a negative context still.
Yeah.
He's their winningest coach
in history.
I don't know why anybody would take this job. I really don't.
That's a good point. If Lane Kiffin doesn't win 11 games this first year,
they're expecting everything. Expectations to the roof. Despite the fact that they have to go buy a whole new team.
With the $25 or $30 million that they have for a roster. So let's say that they open with Clemson at Tiger Stadium.
Yep.
And then it's McNeese, maybe. I guess some of these games are still TBA as far as the actual dates.
They should have most of that figured out by now, huh?
You'd think so. So there's still one more non-conference game that's not showing up on here. I don't know why on the schedule. Tennessee, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Auburn, Arkansas, A&M, Texas, Mississippi State, Alabama are the conference games. McNeese and Clemson are the non-conference. There's got to be one more, though. It's only 11 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Even with
6,
the non-conference
7, 8,
games,
9.
there's got to be one more, huh?
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 9 conference games, but there should be 12 games.
Well, you know what? It'll be their they'll go get a. Well, they've already got McNeese, so they've already got an FCS on there, but they got to go find their week 11 or 12 or whatever Patsy. So either I don't think they would go to FCS twice. So Conference USA, Sun Belt, maybe something like that.
Yeah, maybe so. They've already played Tech this past year, so maybe they'll go UL Monroe.
It would be probably an out-of-state since they're playing McNeese.
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. Time now for our SEC update. And it is brought to you by our buddy Bo Harris. Buddy, this guy is so good and so nice, and he really does have his heart in the right place. He wants each and every client of his to try to have a better financial future than what they have without meeting him. In other words, he wants to improve your life in any way he possibly can. And here are a couple of questions that you ought to be asking yourself. If any of these kind of ring true, now's the time to act on it, buddy. Do I have enough money to retire? Hell no. Am I ready to retire, or am I prepared? I'm ready to retire, but am I prepared? No. Will I always be able to manage my money? I can't do that now. Am I ready to listen to advice? Yes. And that includes from a trusted professional financial advisor like Bo Harris Wealth Management, bringing you this SEC update. Of course, college basketball is now going to start taking over the landscape. I know that excites you, Hester. Huge hoops fan in November and December. Your weekend scores from the SEC, by the way, on Saturday, you did have Georgia beat Tennessee Tech 123-81. LSU won the EEC Classic with a 96-83 win over DePaul. What are they? This is the SEC website. They've got LSU losing to DePaul 96-63 and LSU being 5-3. LSU is 7-0 and they beat DePaul 96-63. They just don't care. No one cares. Nobody knows, as Nate Bargatze says. Tomorrow night, tipping it off, it's Tennessee and Syracuse in the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse.
What?
That's a 6 o'clock tip. The JMA Wireless Dome. I guess the Carrier Dome has been replaced.
That's a whole lot of words for Carrier.
Yeah, it is, with no air conditioning. Pitt and Texas A&M get together in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That game is tipping off tomorrow at 6 o'clock on ESPNU. South Carolina and Va Tech play on the SEC Network at 6. Oklahoma and Wake Forest on the ACC Network at 6. Number 10, Florida. Number 4, Duke, in a really fun matchup. The Boozer twins for Duke get together 6:30 on ESPN. On the ACC Network, Michael White's Georgia Bulldogs take on Florida State 5-2. That game tips off at 8. Wait a minute. Michael White's not there anymore, is he? Is he? I'm not sure. Mizzou and Notre Dame. Missouri is undefeated, and they play on ESPNU against Notre Dame, who's 5-3. That's an 8 o'clock tip. Miami and Ole Miss get together at 8 o'clock on the SEC Network in the Pad. And North Carolina and Kentucky in a battle of blue bloods, 8:30 tomorrow night on ESPN. 16th ranked North Carolina comes in at 6-1. 19th ranked Kentucky is 5-2. And that is your SEC update. The SEC update is a paid advertisement for Bo Harris Wealth Management. The former Captain Shreve, LSU Tiger, and Cincinnati Bengal legend would love to have a cup of coffee with you to discuss your investment game plan. Bo Harris is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA. Securities are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservant Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Get in touch with Bo, 318-670-3101. Check him out, downtown Shreveport at 223 Fannin. You can also go online at boharriswm.com. Bringing you the SEC update. And we'll take a quick time out. Our Power Hour is brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, Brewer Home Center, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. Also, shout out to our buddies getting the job done over at Goodwill Industries of North Louisiana, empowering people through the power of work with 6 job centers covering all 26 parishes from Ellick all the way to the Arkansas border. Job placement, training, GED, retail certification, independent living for foster youth. They also have contracts out for janitorial, groundskeeping, switchboard operators. They have job placement in state offices, federal offices, and in the private sector as well. There is so much that Goodwill Industries does behind the scenes because they truly are an unsung hero of Shreveport-Bossier in North Louisiana. Goodwill Industries of North Louisiana supporting our little radio show, and we'll be back right after this.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Brewer Quality Homes has been a part of the Tim Fletcher Show for many, many years, and it's one of the favorite things we do on the show is what hemisphere is Donnie Brewer in right now? Where do you think he is?
Where in the world is Donnie Brewer? I'm going to say Argentina.
That's not bad. I was thinking Peru, so we're kind of in the
South
same
America?
neighborhood. Yeah.
All right.
Probably some kind of a Peruvian blowfish type antelope that he's on a hunt for.
Did you just combine 2 animals?
No, but Donnie Brewer does because that's what he can do.
If anybody can, it's him.
Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City.
Need top-notch construction equipment or cranes in Shreveport, Louisiana? Scott Equipment has you covered. As a trusted family-owned business, we offer a wide range of equipment for rent or sale. Whether you're tackling a big project or need reliable machinery, Scott Equipment is here to help. Stop by Scott Equipment on North Market today to learn more and find out how you can save for your next rental or purchase. Call or visit us now and get the job done right with Scott Equipment.
Mac McCarter has been making Shreveport-Bossier better for many, many years. Community renewal, making Shreveport-Bossier a more welcoming, more inviting, healthier, friendlier place, one house at a time, one neighbor at a time, one block, one neighborhood, one community. Community renewal, 318-425-3222, communityrenewal.us. See what you can do to help make Shreveport-Bossier better than ever before.
Want a chance to have a first-class experience at the Radius Technologies Independence Bowl? Register for the ultimate eyeball experience to win game tickets, sideline passes, accommodations at the Remington Suites, and gift cards from Pizza Hut and Sports Cards Louisiana. Register at RadiusTechnologiesIndependenceBowl.com/experience or visit Pizza Hut, the Remington Suites, or use your 1130 The Tiger app. No purchase necessary. Registration ends December 5th. The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl is December 30th. Get your tickets at RadianceTechnologiesIndependenceBowl.com/tickets.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey now, the Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. Donnie Brewer and Company. They've been taking care of folks for over 50 years. Of course, Donnie has got so many dealerships now, but of course the flagship right there, 3800 East Texas in Bossier City. When it comes to your manufactured home needs, that's where you go. Also, thank you, Honey Baked Ham. How was that turkey breast there, Hester?
Too much. I had to freeze part of it. It was so much.
Yeah, it's insane. The ham, I'm serious. When I brought it to the Moss's house, it was like we opened it up, and Denise, who's a lot smarter than me, Jimmy's wife, she cut it down the middle. Like, okay, you know how the ham is facing you with all the, it's already sliced. Even the bone-in hams are sliced.
Yep.
She cut it right down the middle so that it was just like, oh, here's the 2 good-sized slices of ham. And she started doing it and then ate a piece. Then Sid started doing it and ate a piece. Then Mark came by and grabbed a piece. And then I did it and took about 3 pieces. And I'm like, there's not going to be any ham left over. Just people who are cutting the ham just keep taking the ham. It's that good. And don't forget, for Christmas this year, starting today, you can order prime rib from Honey Baked Ham. HoneyBakedShreveport.com. It's not too early to start making those plans to go ahead and set your day and time that you're going to pick up your order. And don't forget, they've got prime rib available now. Esther, we got some text to get to?
We certainly do. Let's see here. Fist Pump says, here is the issue. It is not what Ole Miss wants to it is not what Ole Miss wants to hear. Lane had reached the ceiling at Ole Miss and knew that this year was not the norm. It was a fluke. At a place like Baton Rouge with NIL backing, he knows he can build a sustainable product. He also fills the biggest hole at LSU, and that is offense.
I think there's validity to both of those things. But the thing is, after they had the NIL money at Ole Miss, they had already said that they were going to match.
What I'm, people keep saying that like Ole Miss doesn't have money.
No, they've got a ton of it.
Yeah.
They just don't have the backyard talent that LSU does, that you can go cultivate literally at university, at Edna Carr, at Airline High School, at Haynesville. They don't have all of that, and they don't get all of those kids from Mississippi, So
I wonder about that too, even. They sure reach into other states like Louisiana.
That they do.
And
they do.
LSU's reaching in other places. It certainly feels like, anyway, more than they have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
From a 318 number, so Lane got permission from LSU to coach Ole Miss for the playoffs. Why can't the AD from Ole Miss be okay with it? Tulane is letting Summerall do it, and he is going to Florida. Remember, also, their AD wanted an answer now. There's no way you can't let Lane coach the play. No, absolutely not.
No.
Tulane and Florida is a different situation.
Yes, Tulane knows that they can't match Florida.
Yeah.
They Summerall's going to make twice the money he was making at Tulane. They have more resources. It's the same stuff we talk about all the time with Conference USA and AAC teams.
Yeah.
But Kiffin, by coaching Ole Miss,
that's a team that's on the schedule.
Wasn't going to happen.
This year. And that's one of the three permanent opponents, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that game will be in Oxford next year.
You can't have that going on.
No, but let's say he goes out there and loses. What if they get blown out in the first round of the playoffs?
Right.
What happens then? Well, he wasn't even trying, and so there's just too many factors. And if he wins and wins again, then does he do the I kind of like it here? No, I mean it wouldn't happen. But there's just too many questions. So I don't like that.
You can't do that. 318 saw Ole Miss was throwing Kiffin's clothes into the parking lot yesterday. Couldn't help but chuckle. Is that real?
I don't know if it was real or not. Who knows? But I did see a clothes. I can't imagine that Lane Kiffin has a rolling clothes hanger that has like 15 sweaters on it or whatever. I would assume that he's probably got a little bit more kind of posh office space than that. But if they found one and then threw some of the stuff on there, that'd be funny. But it feels to me like that was AI or Photoshop.
OU cares.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
OU Care says, I don't get the Lane infatuation. He's a mercenary that loves attention, that has never won anything. LSU will regret this hire. Just give it time.
Some say that, but when you think about quirky, Nick Saban was a jackass, right? Les ate grass and was very odd. Coach O was as Cajun could be and was different than any coach in America. Thank you, sir. Brian Kelly came in and was also an odd, fixture in Baton Rouge. Every coach they've had is weird. Every coach. Oh, I'm watching the ESPN highlights again. I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah, I know exactly what you're about to talk about because the Browns 49ers are wrapping up their highlights, so I know what's next.
Yes, indeed. But, I mean, seriously, this is who LSU gets. They always get coaches that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
They don't have Kirby Smart. They're not going to have Sarkisian, Sam Pittman, just normal human beings.
There almost has to be a little bit different of a personality.
Correct. You've got to be able to, laissez le bon temps roulé, as they say. And Les had that. Coach O had that. Kelly did not. Lane does, And so it feels like that as far as a quote-unquote fit, which I know we all kind of hate that crap, it feels like that this is a pretty cool fit. As far as how LSU considers itself, the tailgating and all that good stuff, how they're the kings of everything except on the field and the atmosphere. That's Lane, right? I mean, there's a lot of show with Lane Kiffin. And I think that's a lot of what LSU brings to the table. They are a very showy franchise, from the colors to the players to, my gosh, people still do the gritty, for Pete's sake, for touchdown celebrations. Right. How old was that? They are a very culturally significant college football program because they kind of hit the youth, and it's a good time. LSU games are a good time, and Lane Kiffin certainly is that.
Yeah, and I still get the other part too, because it's true. He's not won a whole lot. He's not won anything of real substance, other than, I guess, some bowl games. So it's not a slam dunk by any means, but it was the best of what they could have done this year, probably.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's War Eagle says, given everything that has transpired, I'm happy with the Auburn hire. I saw Golish's first meeting with the team, and he cussed. He is from the Soviet Union, so he must drink vodka. Now, if he makes the team run stadiums today, I'm sold.
I think it's a good hire. I think Golish is perfect. I wanted him for Arkansas whenever Morris took the Oklahoma State job. I'm like, all right, let's get Golish.
Yeah.
And some Yahoo reported it, and I checked with Wes on Friday, I think, my buddy Wes in Little Rock. I'm like, hey, is this true? He goes, that dude is a basketball, quote-unquote, expert, so he doesn't know anything. And sure enough, he didn't know anything because Alex Golish is not the Razorbacks head coach.
This aggression will not stand. Go Blue checking in. I don't know if I can do the full effect of the Go Blue today because this is probably the longest text he's ever sent us.
Oh, wow.
Congrats to the Buckeyes for kicking our blank. Go Blue. LSU is best and worst job out there. Expectations are nuts. Michigan just went 9-3 with a true freshman quarterback and lost to 2 playoff teams. People are ticked. LOL. I thought it was a good year. Have a blessed day. I'm exhausted.
Michigan's going to be okay. Sharon Moore, I think, is kind of one of those guys that flies under the radar. Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good coach, They are, and Underwood's going to be a stud. I really think. I think he'll be A-okay next year. I think Michigan will be right back in the mix of things next year.
That is going to be the best game outside the playoff. I guess the Citrus Bowl has become like, if you can't make the playoff, you go to the Citrus Bowl, basically.
Yep.
So Texas and Michigan are most likely going to play in the Citrus Bowl. And
that'll be fun.
It's the rare occurrence, though, now, where you're going to get a pretty decent matchup, pretty decent game, and both quarterbacks are not going to opt out.
No, they won't. And, man, I tell you, if Texas was playing like this at the beginning of the season, they would be in the playoffs as one of the top 4 seeds. They looked so good against A&M.
Their defense kind of got back to where they had been after some rough outings. And
Arch is just, you can see that Arch has got so much talent, man.
No, you're supposed to write him off. That's not the narrative. You stick with the narrative.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. He had a bad game his first 2 games. Yeah, so he can never be good again.
Right.
Josh Allen, remember, was a 50% passer at Wyoming and was going to suck.
And just yesterday broke the record for rushing touchdowns in the history of football by a quarterback.
Yes. Everything that he was wearing was probably already shipped off to Canton, Ohio for a display in the Hall of Fame. So, that's we tend to judge a little too quickly.
That's putting it rather lightly. It is absurd. It goes back to what we were talking about with the coaches. I remember Facebook after the Texas-Ohio State game. Bust. Terrible. Overrated. Only there because of his last name. Guys, he's played in 1 game. This was his first real start, quote unquote, because he did have 2 the year before.
Right. Against the defending national champs.
Yeah. His first real, I'm the starter now, this is my ship, and you're at Ohio State.
Yep.
And they lost that game again by 7 points.
Yes.
And
it's nuts.
People Dunn out, get him out. People have been doing this to him since high school. Only there because
I remember hearing stuff. Right, that man. Well, you go play Newman. That Manning's not near as good as what they say he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Threw for like 10,000 yards, so I think he's pretty good.
A-okay with him being my quarterback.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Now, do you think?
Maybe two.
Maybe two. Do you think that I know Sarkisian was, lobbying for it. It's not going to go the way he wants it to, but do you think they got a shot at the playoffs?
I don't think so. Because their third loss is not going to come in a conference title game. If that was the case, they would probably be okay.
Yeah.
If there was a 16-team playoff, they're in. But no, I mean, the Orange Bloods temperature is about 70-30. No, that's on us. We can't lose a third game. Can't lose to Florida. We get it.
Okay. All right.
So it's
well,
there isn't a whole lot of drum beating. As far as the message boards.
We're going to get jobbed when they put out the rankings. So none of that.
No, there are people who are bringing up the point, and you kind of get it of, hey, why are we playing Ohio State next year?
Yeah.
Because if it's the same, it's true. Yeah, don't lose to Florida and you're fine. I get that. But if you don't have Ohio State on the schedule and you got Rice on the schedule, you're 10-2 and you're in the playoff.
Just play Ohio. Change it.
The thing is though, I don't want to do that.
No,
I still want to play
more fun.
Ohio State.
Heck yeah. But you should be rewarded no matter what.
They got Ohio State next year, Michigan the year after, and both of those games are in Austin, so they're not getting out of those games.
No.
But after that, they've got 2 versus Notre Dame. I don't think those happen now.
Interesting.
They are always now before the conferences merged into 2 corporations. Texas was always good about schedule, even in the down years. Georgia and Florida were both on the schedule before they joined the SEC, and so there was no reason to do that anymore. USC, there was a home and home. Notre Dame, there was a home and home. Michigan, Ohio State both had home and homes. LSU would have had a home and home if not for COVID. So they've always been good about doing that and giving everybody kind of something to look forward to, a marquee out-of-conference game. I know they're going to 9 games in the SEC, and that also affects this because you can't hide from everybody anymore, Texas A&M. So
right,
I get it to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
But I want that game, and they're going to have to find. They can't just play MAC, CUSA, Sunbelt, whatever the case.
No,
they've got to go find
need something. You got to have a tent pole somewhere. You got to have a game that you can kind of circle the wagons on and say, hey, we're handed our conference schedule, but we went out and played this, and this is how we performed in it. That's why we should be in the playoffs. So you got to have one of those. If you're a Texas, if you're an Arkansas, no. Schedule Ohio, Bowling Green, and Arkansas State and try to get wins because Arkansas is going to struggle to get to 6 wins every year. Texas shouldn't be struggling, and they don't. So, yeah.
318 says his kids will fit in well. I'm assuming he's talking about Kiffin's kids.
Yeah, 2 daughters and son. And now I had this discussion with somebody. Is this kid a junior or a sophomore?
I don't know. I just know he's still in high school.
A football player.
But I don't know.
Yeah. I said he was a junior, and someone told me, no, man, he's a sophomore. I'm like, are you sure? I thought he was a junior.
That's way too deep of a conversation about this scenario. I have no idea. Yep. I don't want to know that much.
No.
I know that he'll probably end up at U-High like most of them do. I know Dunham and Catholic will occasionally have one of the staff, but
Dunham still has Eli, right? They still have that Eli kid.
Who's that?
For one more year, right? Dunham still has that number 1 quarterback.
Yes, they
one more
do.
Year.
And I think U-High needs a quarterback. I think. And so that would make – you had people that were, honest to God, this is a real thing that I saw yesterday, wondering if he would get here in time where he could play in the U-High playoff game next week.
Okay.
People have to be stopped.
Everybody should have a
That's
cell
not
phone.
something that's going to – that's not going to happen. He could play baseball. I don't know if he plays baseball or not, or run track, but he could do one of those.
Yeah, he could.
But
absolutely,
no, he's not going to start the playoff game. Like, what are we talking about?
Daryl, what's his name? Derek Stingley did not play in the for LSU in the national championship game or whatever. Remember, because he came in January and they're like, "Oh man, he's the best player on the field.
Right,
we got to get him in there." What?
Yeah.
No, can't do that. The rules prohibit that.
I'm not going to do that. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Captain Insano, last text, wants to know who's LSU going to get at quarterback. I don't even think they know right now. Do they?
No, the starting quarterback for 2026 is not on the roster.
No, that's probably right.
It is not Michael Van Buren. Holy moly, was he terrible.
Yeah, so that clamoring from early in the year can stop now.
Yeah, and hope that Nussmeier gets healthy enough to play in the bowl game. He should be able to, and I hope that he plays and kind of finishes on a good note. We will never know what the season would have been like if he had been healthy. Maybe they don't score just 21 points a game. Maybe they do throw another touchdown every game, but Van Buren ain't it.
No, absolutely not. Like I say, it's probably not someone who's on the roster. I think that's probably correct. Captain Insano also says Arch is good, Texas is good, and has kind of an emoji that would make you think he's not terribly happy about that.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it either. So I get it. No one likes Texas, And of course, we are going to take a little time out. Rogers, do you want me to do the LSU update now or wait till we come back from the break?
I'm following your lead, boss man.
All right, we'll go ahead and do one. Coach App says he's a sophomore, will be a junior. So there we go. Your LSU updates brought to you by River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. Buddy, when it comes to your light fixtures for inside the house, outside the house, all over the house, they got you covered. River Cities Lighting. They've got rugs. They've got wallpaper. They've got so much more. LSU has already had a player into the transfer portal, which that's fine. Redshirt freshman receiver Kylan Billiott announced via his agent, Casey Gunn of Set Vision Management, told the Advocate on Sunday, boy, that's a sentence that I wish I never had to read.
That's a bad movie that deals with this topic. Like that's a character from that. That's not a real thing.
No, the whole thing. Kylan Billiott, his agent, Casey Gunn of Set Vision Management. That's all made up.
That he definitely has his own logo, that agent.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, you got Gunn every time he answers the phone.
Yes. And his motto is probably Casey Gunn, we don't shoot blanks. Oh, by the way, this is a big loss for LSU. Billy had played in one game in 2 years and never caught a pass. Oh, boy.
Somebody was like, oh, that's our number one target. This kid is, you wouldn't believe. I watched his high school tape.
We're going to give him $150,000 just to show up on campus. Okie dokie. And then here's the picture of the people standing at the chain link fence, taking photos with their phones of the plane arriving. What do you do with that picture? What do you do with that, Hester?
It's like when the Pope visited or something.
Right. Now, I get the TV cameras are there. They're documenting it. That's fine.
I was
put it on the
there.
news.
I saw
What do you do with the picture through the barbed wire at the top of the chain link fence at Baton Rouge International or whatever?
This is not Elvis.
No, Elvis is not there. Kiffin rolled down his window in the passenger seat and threw up his fist in a sign of solidarity with the LSU faithful. Yeah, the fans yelled in response to Kiffin's fist of approval. We love you. Oh, boy. Till you leave us or lose to Arkansas. Yes.
Better be undefeated, you hear?
Holy Holy cow. What a strange world we live in, buddy. 12 to $13 million a year for 7 years. No mention of the buyout yet. I assume that they're still fine-tuning some of the contract details, but whatever it is, he's getting paid a lot to try to get LSU's offense on track and to win more than 7 games in a season. That's not good for LSU, and that's why they went out and got him. And that's your LSU update, brought to you by River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, 3908 Shed Road in Bossier City, Louisiana. River Cities Lighting and Rug Gallery, taking care of your light fixture needs for inside the house, outside the house, all over the house. Thanks as well to our buddies over at Landers Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Go Landers.com. Landers Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Holy moly. Buddy, you know that they have got your Ram truck that you're looking for, that you've been clamoring for, is out at 2701 Benton Road, just south of I-220, underneath the 2,400 square foot American flag. It really is. Why would you go anywhere else for a Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram? You know, Denny, Trey, Steve, the whole crew, they've got it. They know what it takes. They're going to make the deal for you. If it comes from someplace that doesn't say Landers, you're going to pay too much for it. So just eliminate any second guessing on, did we get the best deal? Just go get the best deal at Landers Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. 2701 Benton Road, just south of I-220, underneath the 2,400 square foot American flag. And we'll be back right after this.
Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, supporting the Tim Fletcher Show. You know, he loves naming his homes after movies, characters, and all that good stuff, Hester. What's the next one you think Donnie Brewer should be investing in?
The roles of John Candy.
So, John Candy movies. Little Uncle Buck.
Yes.
What else you got?
How about Summer Rental?
Ooh, perfect for the deer camp, though. Whatever camp it is you have, get the summer rental at Brewer Quality Homes.
The Home Alone.
Oh.
Gus Polinski. Polka, polka, polka.
Do the polka, polka, polka all the way down to 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. Get on a plane, a train, or an automobile and get your Brewer Quality home right now.
Just don't name one after Barf.
Whether your kid is lining them up on the gridiron and putting in the mouthpiece and getting after it, or maybe you've got a kiddo who is a part of the Friday night spectacle of drill team and pep squads and cheerleading squads, guess what? Sports World's got you covered. You got a uniform need? Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
You don't need a holiday to pick up a delicious Honey Baked ham. Anytime is a great time to enjoy one of their sweet hams or turkeys. Honey Baked also offers a great selection of gift packages made to fit any occasion. Their menu and good service are just 2 reasons to stop by and order. Looking for lunch? They have a great deli offering deli-style sandwiches along with all the fixings, a cookie, and a drink. That's Honey Baked Hams, located at 5739 Uri Drive in Shreveport. To learn more, go to myhoneybakedstore.com.
Skent-N-Dent has been around here in Shreveport, Bossier for just about 12 years. 814 Shreveport Barksdale Highway, 318-869-2023. The Hill Brothers, Devin and Rance. Man, these guys know it inside and out. The business of getting you appliances and furnishings that may have just a slight little cosmetic defect, a little scratch, a little dent, but up to 50% savings over the big box stores. Why would you go anywhere else other than Skent-N-Dent? 814 Shreveport Barksdale Highway.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
Hey now, welcome back, guys. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, where they've got beautiful brand new homes for $60, $70, $80, $90 a square foot. Cabco, Jessup, Franklin, tiny homes, and so much more. Check it out, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. And thanks as well to Chasing Aces. Buddy, if you have not been to Chasing Aces, now is the time to start planning a visit. The Christmas holidays are coming around. I ran into a buddy of mine Saturday, and we just started talking about Chasing Aces. He said that he has played the putting zone course probably 40 times. He goes, I love it. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. I said, I do. He said, I go out there and just have a blast. And this is an adult male who's got a job, you know, but he's a normal human being, but he gets it. He understands that there's no place like Chasing Aces, whether it's the home run dugout, which is a lot of fun, whether it's the par 3 course under the lights, which is a lot of fun, whether it's the driving bays upstairs and downstairs, which you can get the whole crew together for. But then you throw in the fact that they got the putting zone that people love. Yeah, go to chasingaces.golf and book your bay today. We got any more text to get to there, Hambone, Esther?
don't have any text, but we have an in-studio guest who's arrived.
Oh.
And this is looks super happy that I've called her out.
Is it
You
Crystal?
guys think Fletch will show up?
What?
He'll be in tomorrow because I'm sure we have high school coaches that are wrapping up seasons and things like that.
Yeah,
I just feel like my boy is
and
just,
Tech Tuesday as well. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I feel like I came into work super excited to I don't know, mess around with my little Sasquatch friend, and it just brings me joy. And he's not here. And frankly, he was going to be Employee of the Month for my radio union, and we're going to go ahead and revert back and just take that away from him. So anyways, also,
man.
you know what? This show kind of sounds better without so many men. My hair's longer. I weigh just as much as he does, you know? I mean, I'm just saying. Fletch, we like this.
No on both of those.
We like this.
I think no. I think my hair is longer, and I think that I am way heavier. You have done a very nice job. You have done a great job of staying fit and getting all that good stuff. I do nothing except sit around and get bigger.
She left, by the way.
Oh, she left?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, I see her leaving now. So there we go. Bowman grading and asphalt, Ryan Bowman, Mr. Big. If you can walk on up, park on up, build under, or drive over, Bowman Asphalt's got you squared away. They've been doing this for 56 years, 4 generations, smoothing, grading, paving, asphalting, concreting. No job too big, no job too small. Bowman Asphalt. Go check out Ryan Bowman, Mr. Big, 742-8100, bowmanasphalt.biz. Rogers, do we need to take another break before you?
Yes.
I don't want you to have a
please.
gasket blown.
And then we'll be good till the 56.
All right, we'll take one more time out. We're going to close down the shop at 9 o'clock today. I am fading fast. Hester's got things to do, and Hambone is ready to enjoy an hour of solitude before Price is Right and Young and the Restless get underway. So it's all working out just perfectly. And we'll be back with more of our little radio show brought to you by Morris Intuit Injury Lawyers. We'll have the Morris Intuit Injury Lawyers Player of the Week nominees and winner tomorrow morning at 7:30, right before we visit with Sonny Cumbie. Morris Intuit Injury Lawyers, when it comes to your attorneys taking care of your needs around here, whether it's for medical situations, accidents, you're looking for local attorneys, look at all the stuff that Morris and DeWitt are doing locally. Look at all the events, all the charitable endeavors that they put their name on and support. Do you see any other law firms doing that? I don't. I really don't. And I've looked. Trey Morris, Justin DeWitt are good dudes that care a lot about Shreveport-Bossier. They put their money back into the community, and that's what you want from a local business that's very successful. And you look at those 1,700-plus 5-star Google reviews, this is a very successful business. Morris and DeWitt Injury Lawyers bringing you our Player of the Week nominees and winner tomorrow morning at 7:30. We'll be back right after this.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice, straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
There are so many reasons to shop at Chevyland. They are the #1 Chevy dealer in the area, for Pete's sake. But I'm just telling you right now, if you're in the market for a Silverado, that's the place to be. The Silverado LTZ that I'm driving around has everything that I'm looking for. Look, I'm getting older. Maybe I don't drive as well as I used to, which is why I love the front and rear parking sensors, the surround view camera system, all right there in that Silverado LTZ from Chevyland. 7500 Drury Drive in Shreveport. Together, let's drive.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ROAD to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Fox Sports plays here.
Welcome back, guys. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Home Center. Donnie Brewer. Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas. What you waiting on, man? Now is as good a time as any to go lock in a beautiful brand new home from Brewer Quality Homes for $70, $80, $90 a square foot. Those Jessup homes manufactured in Donnie's plant down in Waco. You know you're going to get a good deal on those because they come from Donnie's plant, for Pete's sake. And thanks to our buddies over at GBT, the great banking team. When it comes to your banking needs, it's nice to know that GBT is there for each and every one of those things. I hope I'm okay tomorrow because they have their big open house tomorrow at all three branches. I'd love to go in there and see Tom and all that good stuff. But yeah, GBT's having their open house Christmas party tomorrow. I know the one over here on Line Avenue, I think it's from 10 to noon. And they're good people, man. They take care of folks in so many ways. I recently did some more business with them. That was a lifesaver for me. So thank you, Matt Freeman. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody over at GBT, the great banking team, 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way, East Texas, next to the Bellagio. They really do care for you as if you were the only customer out there. All right, fellas, what else we got?
Nothing as far as text go. Trying to look around and see if there's of course, there was so much news that broke yesterday. I don't know that. What are we waiting on Kentucky just to tell us who's getting that job?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you talk about a who cares situation there. I feel bad for them because they have sort of, they had a decent kind of okay time there for a while in football. Stoops was a candidate for the LSU job, from the fans the last time.
Yep. Losing 41-0 at Louisville on the holiday break was that was it. That's the Texas A&M drumming of LSU that got him fired.
That's right.
So Rogers and I kind of mentioned this earlier. I think it was Rogers and I might have been me and EH talking about this, but I kind of like Tyler Shuck.
I thought he was fine yesterday.
I thought he played really well. Raj, what did you think of Tyler Shuck yesterday?
With that horrible offensive line, you got to give him credit.
Tucker stands in there, stands tall, throws a good ball whenever he gets the time to throw it, and sometimes when he doesn't have the time to throw it.
I like the arm strength.
I like the kicker, the Gaelic kid who came in, and my gosh, the best onside kick that I've seen in years. I don't know. There was quite a bit to like. I don't know. I just think that they showed some fight. Cam Jordan was out there, racking up sacks. For a team that's 2-10 and going nowhere, they at least still give an effort, and so that was fun. The pass to Minka Fitzpatrick was horrible. Yeah. Fitzpatrick kicked off for the 2 points the other way, but still, I don't know. I'm not down on the Saints, even though they're 2-10. I just think they're going to be okay.
I think that they're a year away. This is a throwaway year, and everybody kind of knew that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and not even they've been competitive in spurts, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, God bless. They just showed the 2-point play. Oh, I mean that's a killer.
That's a bad pass. Yeah. He can't throw it there.
They would have the number 2 pick right now. By the way, I don't know what the tiebreakers are, but the Saints, Giants, and Raiders are all 2-10, but the Saints would have the number 2 pick amongst those three teams.
Who has the number one, the Giants or the Raiders?
No, the Titans.
Oh, Titans. Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Saints, Giants, and Raiders are tied at 2-10.
Okay. Yeah, the Titans aren't taking a quarterback. Saints aren't taking a quarterback.
The Giants aren't either. The Raiders.
The Giants aren't either. Yes.
If the Browns
and the Raiders,
no matter how the Browns would have the 5th pick, and I know that you're talking about they're still projected to take it. If they take a quarterback with number 5, just shut it down. Just shut the whole franchise down. Because you're going to at that point you're getting the third. If with this 5, if it holds like this, you're getting the 3rd choice at quarterback.
Yeah.
And with the 5th overall pick, do yourself a favor and go get an offensive tackle.
Yep. Build. I saw one mock draft already, and there were 3 offensive tackles, 4 offensive linemen taken in the first round.
Yes.
What are we doing here? That's insane.
There needs to be
there should be 10 of those.
I was going to say 9, 10, somewhere in that range, easily.
I will never understand that. It just.
The thing that's killing, right now, the Seahawks are a whole different team because they went and got a left guard with their first pick. And the reason that they're still kind of held back on offense is because they need a right guard. And the center's on the IR. And so, I want the Seahawks need to take another lineman as well with the first round. And that's a 9-3 football team.
Mm-hmm. But that's all they need right now.
They need another guard.
Charbonnet ran so hard this weekend. That dude does not get shortchanged.
We got to take a break.
Oh, is it that time for the last break? All right, last break for Lafayette. And we'll come back and shut down the show right after this.
When you hear this voice, you think of yesteryear, I hope. Grandpa's voice as he unwraps that Werther's and pops it in his mouth, and all of a sudden he's got to talk like this. I'm trying to get you to think of the good times back in the day. Back then, houses were affordable. Now, not so much. Except at Brewer Quality Homes. Grandpa's Werther's and a decent down payment get you a beautiful brand new home. Brewer Quality Homes.
Hey, y'all, this is Eddie Kennison. As a former Tiger and pro athlete, I know what it feels like not to be at your peak. If you're tired, losing strength, or just not feeling like yourself, it could be low testosterone. That's where Rejuvamine Medical comes in. Their team knows how to help you regain energy, performance, and confidence on and off the field. It's real people right down the street with real support from a medical team that listens and real results you can feel. Schedule your consult today at RejuvamineMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
GBT is the great banking team. 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas next to the Bellagio. Ain't no bots at GBT, folks. Real live human beings answering the phones in the teller window, and when you go into the bank, real humans. GBT, the great banking team. The text line brought to you by Live Oak Waste. Buddy, if your dumpster outside your business doesn't have the Live Oak logo, that's just trash. LiveOak-Environmental.com. LiveOak-Environmental.com.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
All righty, guys. That's going to wrap up the old radio show for us. Sending it back to Lafayette as well, but we're going to close it down thanks to our friends over at Mudbugs Hockey, Brewer Home Center, Live Oak Environmental, Bowman Asphalt, Chevyland, GBT, Sports Cards of Louisiana, Chapin Toyota, Walk-On Sports Bistro, Landers Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, Fuzzy Stocko Shop, River Cities Lighting and RiverCitiesLighting.com, Daiquiri Express, Chasing Aces, Morris and DeWitt, Injury Lawyers, Rejuvamine Medical, Porter's Cleaners, AccuTemp, Sports World, Bailey's Jewelers, Community Renewal, Honey Baked Ham, Bo Harris Wealth Management, Spell Brothers Lumber, Chop Shop, Goodwill Industries of North Louisiana, Skent-N-Dent, and Courtney Family Dentistry. Well, I'm going to go to Doc in a Box and see if I got the Rona or the flu. And if I don't, then I'll be in tomorrow, because why not? If I do, then I won't. So I'll keep you guys apprised there, Hambone and Hester. But thanks for being there, Rod. Thanks, Adam, as well. Appreciate you guys greatly.
You got it, brother.
Hope you guys have a wonderful show. And Hester, did you see the beautiful Christmas tree out there in the lobby?
What do we got?
The Christmas tree.
It's got a growth at the top.
Very festive. All right.
10.
Well, take care, everybody. And we will holler at you again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you tomorrow.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City, 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports.
.1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense autofill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Looking for the best way to grow your business? Town Square Media is your ultimate marketing partner. We're the leaders in combining the power of radio, digital, and social media to create the most effective marketing plans that deliver results. With our expert strategies, we'll help you reach more customers, increase sales, and build a stronger brand. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Call Town Square Media today at 318-688-1130. And let's get started on a marketing plan that works for you.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ROAD to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, Eddie Kennison here. As a former Tiger and pro athlete, strength, energy, and performance are still important to me. That's why when I felt my strength slipping, I turned to Rejuvamine Medical. Check your testosterone today at RejuvamineMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Morse & Dewett Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit MorrisDeWitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Result
03
Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
The cleanup hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City, 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports.
Welcome back, guys. Tim Fletcher Show with Rogers Hampton and Adam Hester. The cleanup hour is brought to you by the Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. They open at 8 o'clock. The best, most scrumptious breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are waiting for you today. Holy moly. Ensconced in flour tortillas. Oh, that sounds so warm and toasty and fun. Yes, sir. Our little radio show is also coming at you, courtesy of Porter's Cleaners, in by 9, out by 5. Drop your dry cleaning off by 9 this morning. It'll be ready for you by 5. Who else does that? Porter's Cleaners, in by 9, out by 5. Time now for your SEC update. It's brought to you by our old pal, Bo Harris. Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo would love to have a discussion with you about your investment game plan. As a matter of fact, he's given us like 4 or 5 questions that if you're asking these questions, it's time to sit down with a trusted financial advisor. Do you ask yourself, do I have enough money to retire? Am I ready to retire, or am I prepared to retire? Will I always be able to manage my money? And am I ready to listen to the advice of a trusted financial advisor? If any of those seem to be ringing true for you, then you know that it's time to get in touch with Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris Wealth Management bringing you this SEC update. Let's check the old college football scores from the week that was. Obviously, we had the final week of the regular season, and so some games played Friday through Saturday and all kind of fun stuff. So checking the scores if you